Okay, we should be live again. This is the third time today that we are back streaming more Monster Hunter Wilds. This is the open beta. So this time, as I said in the previous stream, this evening we're going to be looking at the Ryzen 9 9950X. So that is this CPU right here, the current flagship from AMD. For productivity powerhouse, this is the Ryzen 9 9950X. So that's what we're streaming on this time. So earlier today, if you were tuning in this morning, you would have seen the performance on the Intel Core Ultra 7 265K. So we streamed on this in the morning with a 7900 XTX. And then in the afternoon, we streamed with the Ryzen 9 7950X3D, one of the best all-rounder CPUs, as well as an insanely good gaming CPU. Currently, the 7950X3D is the best CPU that I have tested with this game, at least for Monster Hunter Wilds specifically. X3D makes a massive difference. But this evening, we're going to be testing the new Zen 5 9950X. And then for the graphics card, once again, we are looking at the RX 7900 XTX. So we went from 7900 XTX in the morning with the Intel Core Ultra to a RTX 4080 Super in the afternoon with the 7950X3D. And now we're back to the 7900 XTX on the Zen 5. So this PC is known as the Tech Thursdays PC. This is the one that I do the weekly live stream shows from. So now we're going to see how a real professional live streaming PC handles this game. And so far, it looks like it plays the game pretty much identical to the 7950X3D, at least outside in the field where we're GPU bound. So just to show the specs, how do I, okay, right here. So we have, like I said, an AMD Ryzen 9 9950X 16-core processor. I really like that Capcom does this. I like that this game literally has a very easy to read menu to show you what you have, so that you can't say, oh, I didn't know what my CPU was, or I didn't know my GPU didn't meet the minimum or recommended requirements for the game. But anyway, this is the Ryzen 9 9950X 16-core 32-thread behemoth. This is one of the highest-end mainstream, if not the highest-end mainstream desktop PC before you step up to a true high-end desktop, which we looked at yesterday evening with the Threadripper. We're running, once again, 96 gigabytes of RAM. So again, this is 2 sticks of DDR5 running at 6400. This is 2 times 48 gigabytes for a total of 96 gigabytes of RAM. Because like I said before, the minimum amount of RAM is going to be the number of cores multiplied by 4, meaning 4 gigs of RAM per core. So the minimum amount of RAM that this CPU should be paired with is no less than 64 gigabytes of RAM. So I am oversized on the RAM. Now we have more margin at 96 gigabytes of RAM, and this RAM is running at 6400 for the DDR5 speed. So, whereas this afternoon, when we were looking at the 7950X3D, we go with, I was undersizing because I was running 48 gigabytes of RAM with the 7950X3D when I should have been running 64. Here, I should be running 64, but I have overdone it on the RAM. Now we're doing 96 gigabytes. We are going beyond the recommended amount of system RAM for this CPU. So 96 gigabytes, And then we have the AMD Radeon, the trusty AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX. This GPU is almost 2 years old. I've had this GPU for almost 2 years now. It has been a workhorse day in, day out as a daily driver. It has never let me down. It just keeps cranking away. No matter what I do, it just keeps up. And it has a fantastic 24 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the rule of thumb for the VRAM is 1 gigabyte per CPU core. So if we have a 16 core CPU, we should have a minimum of 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So this GPU surpasses the minimum of 16 gigabytes because we are at 24 gigabytes of VRAM. That means we have lots of headroom and lots of future proofing, if you will, in terms of the memory. We're never going to have to worry about running out of RAM, considering the fact that we are playing this game at 4K resolution, where the amount of RAM is going to be pushed to the max, as well as the system RAM and the VRAM. So GPU driver, I'm not running the latest driver. I always forget to update the driver. So the latest one currently is the October driver. I am running the September driver. So this is 24.99 means September. If you're on 24.10.1, that means you're on the October driver, which is the latest one. So we're now at the very beginning of November. So there's going to be a newer one. So 24.11.1 will soon be the latest one. And then direct storage compatible, just like with all the other PCs that were tested. So this is basically, when I look at these specs, I'm like, okay, this is basically a live stream PC because it has this much RAM. It has this many cores. It has that much VRAM. So this is basically a live streamer slash production. This is not so much a gaming PC. This is, I mean, obviously this can game fine, but this is definitely overkill for a gaming PC. This is definitely a streamer production system. So for the graphics settings, or actually let's look at the resolution. So we are using the Sony InZone M9. This is a 27-inch, 144 hertz IPS HDR with 100 zones of fully array local dimming. It is a 4K panel. So we are running it at 4K because that is the resolution at 27 inches. It is extremely crisp and sharp. It has an insane amount of pixel density in such a small form factor. So this is not meant for people who do not have good vision. You have to have good vision if you're going to be using a 27-inch 4K at 100% scaling. That means the Windows icons on the desktop are tiny on this monitor. So the frame cap, we can't really do 240 because that was the OLED. So I have to drop this down to like 133 because the monitor maxes at 144. Although we're never really going to hit that number because this game is too demanding to run at 4K resolution. And then we're basically running FSR 3. We do not have access to DLSS because NVIDIA doesn't allow people who are not on 40 series to have access to the frame gen technology there. So we're going to be using FSR 3, our trusty FSR 3, and then Intel XeSS, and then of course native. So this is going to be quality preset. Let's take a look at native AA. So this is going to be 4K native resolution. And as you can see, it's basically the same as the RTX 4080 Super that we were looking at this afternoon. So this GPU and the 4080 Super are basically the same. Once again, we're seeing that 45 frames per second average at 4K native resolution with everything cranked up. If we go into the city, we're going to generate a CPU bottleneck by standing here waiting for the other players to spawn in. Can you even transfer your save character from beta to the... Yes, you will be able to do that. Alright, now I've created a CPU bottleneck. So we've lost a few frames, but not that many. We were averaging 45, now we're down to 40. So we have lost about 5 frames by inducing a CPU bottleneck into the game by standing in the area where the players spawn in. We go back outside, they go away, and it goes back to like 40-something FPS. So that's how you can tell if your CPU bottlenecked. Now, let's take a look at frame gen. So now I've turned on frame gen, and frame gen magically doubles the frame rate all the way up to nearly 90 frames per second. And that, I mean, this is how you could play the game at 4K native with frame gen, which is kind of how the developers sort of intended the game to be played. Although they are going to have to do something about the motion vector ghosting effect that the frame gen has. You can see it happening there on the character's armor. You can see it's like a weird after image effect. That is a artifact of the frame generation. So that is that. How do I get frame gen to work? It just works. You need to be on the latest version. You need to be on the newer driver from the summer. You need to be on the latest version of Afterburner. And then it just works. You have to have HAGs also turned on in Windows. But I think that's required for frame gen. Okay, so that is that. Now, let's take a look at... what do I want to do here? So frame gen, this is ideally how I want to play the game. But I don't like how... Because I like playing the game at 4K resolution. But because of all this weird, like... I don't know, this weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's this color, not color, this is a weird motion vector, almost like a messed up motion blur that's happening because of that. It's like there's reverberations around the shield and the gun lance. So that's just kind of odd looking. So now, let's remove this, and let's change this to 1440p. So now I'm running the game at quality. Quality, if your resolution is 4K resolution and you set upscaling mode to quality, that means you will run the game at 1440p, and then FSR3 or DLSS will upscale the game to 4K resolution. So now I'm playing the game at 1440p. So 1440p is almost the same as like frame gen on 4K. You guys can see it's a little bit worse. However, we no longer have the weird banding effect. There's no more reverberations around the character with things in the distance. So that is corrected because we no longer have frame gen turned on. Somebody in Steam forums claimed that you could turn on fluid motion frames, but I am unable to get that working. I can't get fluid motion frames to work with this game because this fluid motion frames, my understanding is that it requires exclusive full screen mode, and this beta does not have that ability. Like, I don't see anywhere in here to turn on the exclusive full screen mode. It's only borderless windowed mode or windowed mode. That's all you get. So I don't know how... What if I do this? Yeah, I can't unselect borderless window. So I really don't know how they're... Either they're lying or they're turning it on and there's placebo and nothing's happening and they don't know any better. So, because I tried it and it didn't do anything for me. I even turned it on while the game was running. Then I turned it off. I turned it on a few times. I didn't notice any difference. So then I went and exited the game, turned fluid motion frames on, went back in the game, and it was basically the same thing. Like, nothing was happening. So, you know, I don't know what the deal is with that. So, yeah, I don't know. I just realized something. In Afterburner, why does it say... Oh, okay, never mind. What is that number? There's like 31 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of RAM. One of those must be the game. Okay, remove this one. What is this one? Is this the big number? Okay. So the game is using about 8 gigs of system RAM. And the VRAM usage is at 8.1. Okay, so that, I guess we'll just leave it like that. Because that full system RAM is kind of confusing. I don't know what that's for. But I mean, I guess I could put it back on there. That's how much RAM is actually being used right now. So I'm currently using 31 gigabytes of system RAM total. And this is why I tell people all the time, 32 gigs of RAM in 2024, and it's about to be 2025, is the absolute minimum amount of RAM that I would consider. Realistically, I only recommend 48 gigabytes of RAM if you want to run fast RAM and or single rank on DDR5. So that's what I recommend. I don't actually recommend 32 gigabytes anymore. It's too small of an amount, as you guys can see on this system. So that's kind of how we're running the game. Let's just kind of leave it like that, or let me see. Let's turn on the frame gen on 1440. So now we're getting an insanely high frame rate. And actually, you know what? With this really high frame rate, there is still ghosting, but it is not as jarring as it was when it was a lower frame rate. So I'm actually going to play the game like this for a while. So let's induce a CPU bottleneck again with frame gen turned on and see what happens to the frame rate. So we're currently at 120 frames per second. So let's see what happens here. Come on, people. Come on, people. Get in the game. Anytime now. There they go. Here we come. Okay, see, we lost like 20 frames. So it is not as noticeable when the frame rate's really high. Like, the effect of the CPU bottleneck is minimized. However, it's there. And it's actually, you're losing more frames when frame gen is turned on due to a CPU bound scenario versus when you do not have frame gen turned on and you run into a CPU bottleneck. So that is interesting to see, but this is probably how we're going to play this session. We're going to play at FSR quality with frame gen turned on and do a hunt and see how it works. But unfortunately, I really wish I could have tested fluid motion frames, but it is definitely not working. You can't enable it because you don't have access to exclusive full screen mode in here. I'll just pick this one because it is the quickest one to get into. This is FSR 3. No, I think it's 3.003 or something. It's in the menu. It literally tells you what it is. FSR 3.0.3. That's what it is. They could update it for the final release, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Here, let's go. Let's do this gun lance. What's my other weapon? I've got the... Oh, the bow. Okay. We'll start with gun lance for this fight. Why is this thing being derpy? Why is it, like, tracking... Why is it running in such a weird way to get to this monster? I guess maybe the monster changed location? And it's having to repath? Yeah, and that'll probably fix the motion vector errors that we're seeing. Not errors, but the weird, like, after image that we're seeing with FSR 3 frame gen. So yeah, unfortunately, they're really going to want you to run this game with frame gen. I feel like... Bam! I feel like that's how they wanted people to enter this, or play this game. The entry was designed with frame gen in mind. Ooh, that was a good one. Man, gun lance is so much fun in this game. Whoa! The amount of damage. And you can block. And you can get tech points too. You can perfect guard if you time your tech point, your guard point, with when the shield glows. Oh my, wow, we did so much damage. He's already almost dead. Where'd he go? Oh, he just went over here. Oh, he went to sleep. He went to sleep. Hold on, don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Alright, hold up. I got it. I got it. I got it. Check it out. Flamethrower. Oh! Wow. See, Bombardier skill. This armor set also has Bombardier. Man, the tanky gun, like gun lance, they're so fun to play in this version of the game. Like, it's just so, they're so good. There. Wow, that was quick. Well, they're not the only one. This is not the first time we're seeing this. Final Fantasy 16. Square Enix's PC port of Final Fantasy 16 was also designed to have frame gen turned on. Like that I played that entire game with frame gen on. I played it at 4K with frame gen the whole way through the game, and it was totally fine. The latency was perfectly good. I mean, you just turn on either anti-lag or reflex, and it's all good. So that's why, I mean, it is a weird thing to see developers do that. It's a strange choice, but that's what they're having to resort to due to whatever, either software, like programmers being incompetent. I don't know, like, I don't know what the issue is, or like what's the reasoning for it. But that's what they're doing. You wonder if Hunting Horn... Oh, Hunting Horn is real fun, man. You missed it yesterday. I was doing Hunting Horn on Threadripper, playing support. It was awesome. I mean, I can play it again. That went so fast. Game Tech Reviews had the most parts broken. That's because the blasts type weapons are like really good. I guess explosives? What do they call that? Like what's the explosive stuff or the gunland stuff classified as? Yeah, let's go with Hunting Horn then. I guess I'll keep the bow. We'll swap over to Hunting Horn. Yeah, I was using this yesterday, the giant saxophone. So good, man. Hunting Horn is so good. It's the classic. Oh, I should probably eat something. Yeah, it's so good. Alright, let's craft something here. Anybody who's interested in this game should be playing the beta right now. Just saying, the beta ends tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. So if you haven't had a chance to play it, definitely check it out. You get instant access. You do not have to pre-order the game. You don't have to do any of that. You can just play the game like right now. So, all right, here we go. Hunting Horn in the house. We got the baritone sax. Let's hunt this water boy. Wait, no, that one's too long. Or look, it started 2 minutes ago. Daytime. Yeah, Hunting Horn is so fun. So far, I had the most fun with Hunting Horn, Switch Axe, Hammer. I don't know, maybe I just like the blunt weapons. Hammer, Hunting Horn, the Switch Axe, and the light bowgun. I have not tried to, I have used the heavy bowgun. I didn't use it too much. I used the light bowgun. Out of the 3 range weapons, I used mostly the light bowgun. So that's why I have the bow as my secondary on this, to try to test that out. This seems to be the best build combo value-wise. Oh, you're asking about what? You mean the build? Threadripper is literally going to give the computer infinite resources, so that if this happened to have been an unoptimized mess, I would have just been able to brute force through it. Alright, here we go. Attack up, people. That New Year's New York jam. Yeah, bubble effect is activated. Hit him in the face. Here we go. Sonic waves. Yeah. Okay. Let's go for a level 2 attack up. It would probably work better if I hit him in the head. Oh, you know what? Do I need to heal? No, not yet. Wait, you can make 2 of them? What? Alright, now we got level 2 attack up. Level 2 attack up. I should probably heal. I can barely see my health bar because of the afterburner overlay. So I gotta double check that. Alright, we're now like an attack level. I don't think this one has a level 3. I think it only goes to level 2 attack up. Is the difference between the 7950X3D and the 9950X. I think 9950X is better. If you're buying new today, the 9950X is the better CPU. I would go with that. You can overclock it better. It has significantly better single thread and multi-thread performance. So yeah, I would go with the 9950X if I was buying new. If I was building new for production, like what this is, like live streaming, I would go with 9950X. Unless you're having a hard time finding one in your area, you can go with the 7950X 3D. But I really feel like let's do this combo. Whoops. Turf War. Alright, I'll just keep playing the song then. Attack up. Threadripper holding the thing that much. We're playing the game at 1440p, so hold on. Threadripper was playing the game at 4K. We're currently playing at 1440 with frame gen on right now. That's why the frame rate's so high. So here, let's change that. Let's drop this to AMD native AA. Now it's this is 4K native. So now let's see what happens to the frame rate when the 4K is at native. Alright, this is 4K native. See, we're now at 70 something. So yeah, Threadripper was doing similar. Threadripper was not quite as high as this though. Threadripper was a little bit lower than this. That's because this is Zen 5 with much better IPC. Oh boy. No you don't, pal. Get down. Yeah, get down here. He thought he could outsmart us. This is not us. What the heck was that? Oh, he didn't like that. The saxophone. He doesn't like the saxophone. He doesn't like the music. He wants me to turn down the music. I wasn't using a 64-core Threadripper. I was using a 24-core Threadripper. Yes, I was doing 4K native on Threadripper. This is 4K native on 9950X. With the same... Well, no. Well, I mean, the systems weren't exactly comparable because the Threadripper had a RTX 4090. This is a Radeon 7900 XTX. So Threadripper had a much more powerful GPU. The FPS was actually... I can't remember, actually. I have to go back and look at the stream footage. So this guy jumped on his back. Oh! Oh, his head. What happened? Oh, I forgot to turn off the fluid. Oh, man, I forgot to turn it off. Wait, why is the game... No, I think the game crashed. Hold on, I'm going to turn off the anti-lag and the fluid motion. Trying to turn on fluid motion frames earlier was causing the game to crash. I forgot to turn it off. Okay, well, the game crashed because I'm seeing the thing saying that it, yeah. A crash report has been created. This report will be necessary. Yeah, don't turn on fluid motion frames, guys. I forgot to turn that off. Yeah, because somebody had said that they tried that earlier this morning. When we were streaming with the Intel and the 7900 XTX, I think the same thing happened with the fluid motion frames on somebody else's system that was playing it while I was playing it. No, it either happened because the server has some kind of problem. I don't think it's a server problem, though. So far, the only issues that I've run into with this beta test is server disconnects. I've been kicked from the server twice. Once was yesterday evening, and the other one was this morning. And then I've had the game crash, I think twice, and in both instances, it's because I was messing with the fluid motion frame setting, and I forgot to turn it off. And I had turned on frame gen with fluid motion frames, and then I turned off frame gen, and that leads to like a memory leak, and that'll eventually freeze the game, and that's exactly what happened here. All right, so we're gonna have to go back in, unfortunately. Man, I was doing so good too. Okay, stopping the game. All right, let's go back in. Yeah, because the thing you have to remember though, Threadripper has so many resources. That system has so many cores. It has 4 memory channels. It has 128 gigabytes of system memory. So, I mean, if you're thinking of building a workstation, then go with Threadripper. You're going to like having all the PCIe lanes and all the bandwidth. Yeah, Threadripper was doing really good in the city, that's right. This one does pretty good too, though. Man, I have to redo the hunt again. Well, actually, hold on. Before we do any of that, I mean, you can see how the game runs. Like, check this out. Did I turn off the thing because I had messed with the fluid motion frames? How did it set this? Okay. So, it does this. So, this is in the city. This is in the city. So, it's not doing as good as X3D. It's close, though. It's very close. If you guys remember, when we tested this a few hours ago, we were in the city, and we were above 60 frames per second in the city with the 7950 X3D. I think we were averaging around 64. Here, we're closer to like 55 to 62. That's the range in the city. So, the 9950X is almost as good as a 7950 X3D in the scenario where you are CPU limited. And keep in mind, this is with no X3D. This CPU has no X3D, and it is hot on the heels of the 7950 X3D. So this is actually quite impressive, to be honest. So, yeah, this is actually... So let's get away from the crowd real quick. Let's see if I can get this FPS to go up a bit. Yeah, see? So I come over here, I go away from everyone, and now we're above 60. I go toward all the people, and the frame rate drops. See how it falls into the 50s? This indicates a CPU bottleneck. Do you think it's a bad sign that even Japanese games are played with upscalers and frame generation? So that's a very interesting question. The reality is the Japanese gaming market is sort of stagnating in some ways. If you look at the Japanese games, the vast majority of games that are coming out of Japan are franchises. They're basically doing franchises. So like Monster Hunter, Final Fantasy. There's a ton of remakes of old games from the 90s, like Romancing Saga that just came out. The Ys series is still continuing. The Trails Through Daybreak, so the Legend of Heroes series. All those RPG series from like 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, they continue on with franchises. There's like a lack of new IP. There's a lack of new innovation in the Japanese market. And now you're starting to see the stagnation get to the point where the programmers, the developers in Japan are resorting to Western style. Well, first of all, they're very resistant to adopting Western style technologies. So like frame gen and upscaling and all this stuff. Those are all developed from the West, and they're slowly adopting that now. But it is kind of weird that they're now adopting it, but it's still like the same franchises, and it's so it's, to me it's a sign of stagnation. It's a sign of the fact that it's so slow to roll out newer graphical technologies shows, or it signals to me that they are very behind in terms of the technology. Like, if you look at From Software makes amazing games. The games are amazing, but they're lacking in certain aspects, like the stutter traversal, the hitching, like in Elden Ring. Everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about. Digital Foundry did a whole case study on it. So it's like a lack of understanding of how to improve the engine, whether it's a knowledge gap or I don't know what exactly the root cause is. The games are great. Like this franchise is amazing. Capcom has amazing games. Street Fighter 6 was like the best fighting game last year. Resident Evil, that whole series is amazing. Devil May Cry is an amazing franchise. Monster Hunter is their most successful franchise. Like, they have great IP. They have great franchises. But the fact that they're having to rely on upscaling and, like, a lack of what people tend to refer to as optimization. I hate to use the word optimization, because the thing is, in the gamer's mind, it looks like they perceive it as lack of optimization. But in the developer's mind, they don't see that as a problem, because there's the reality is there is a mismatch in the way they see things. The gamer is like, why is the game like dipping below 60 all the time? Well, the developer at Capcom is thinking, it's above 30 FPS. I've achieved my goal. Problem solved. I don't see a problem. That's the mentality. That is actually the mentality that they have. So the people thinking, oh, it's sub 60 FPS, this is bad. Well, the developers are thinking, well, it's above 30 FPS, therefore it's good. Like, there's a mismatch in objectives. There's a mismatch in goals. That's actually the root cause. So, no, Monster Hunter is not their most poorly running game. Go play Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 makes this game look like it runs amazing. So no. This is definitely not their most poorly running game. That award goes to Dragon's Dogma 2. For every 60 FPS you see in this game, you're getting 40 FPS in Dragon's Dogma. Just FYI. So, and it's the same engine. RE engine. The Resident Evil engine is running this game. It's used to render this game. It was used to render Dragon's Dogma 2, which came out in March of this year, which is probably a contender for Game of the Year, if we're being honest. So, yeah, like, the reality is there's a mismatch in terms of expectation. The gamers seem to expect 60 frames per second. The developers are expecting to run it above 30. That doesn't mean 60. That means above 30. Therefore, there is a difference in expectations. So, and I think that's why Capcom doesn't seem to get the message. It's like someone at Capcom hasn't gotten the memo when it's like, hey, there's loads of people complaining about Dragon's Dogma 2. Meanwhile, it took Capcom like 2 months to acknowledge that, okay, maybe we need to look into this because there seems to be a few people complaining. You know, it's like, I don't really, like, initially, when everyone was complaining about Dragon's Dogma, Capcom was like, guys, it was like when Blizzard told the crowd, do you guys not have phones? It was that sort of thing. Capcom was like, do you guys not know how to upgrade your hardware? Like, that was their response. It's like, what? There's no problem. And then when someone's complaining to Capcom, it's like, Mr. Capcom, why is my game like averaging 40 frames per second with the highest end GPU? And the Capcom is like, this is above 30 FPS. I don't see a problem. Case closed. That's basically how they responded to everyone for like 2 months after Dragon's Dogma came out. Only after like 2 months of complaints and negative feedback, they were like, maybe this might actually hurt our chance at Game of the Year. Maybe we really need to look into this. So then they finally acknowledged it and started looking at it. And they made a few changes, but the reality is Dragon's Dogma 2 still runs pretty bad. It still runs worse than this, significantly worse than this. So, yeah, no, it's not something they're going to be fixing anytime soon. The reality is the Resident Evil engine, RE engine, is not capable of scaling with NPC data. The reason why this game runs the way it runs is because it has tons and tons of NPCs and global timers and time of day events. Like, Balahara wants to go over here. He's gonna graze. He's gonna look for food. In 3 minutes, he's gonna go over here. In 2 minutes after that, he's expected to go over here. He's gonna go on a patrol. They have so much NPC data running in a global while loop. And because of all these NPCs, the monsters are NPCs. All the random, like, animals running around in the wild are NPCs. You have NPCs in the base camp. You have NPCs in the village. Like, all of that stuff is going to cause the frame rate to go down. That is because the CPU has to keep track of all of these little details and all this little data and all the different timers and the time of day and the weather and all this stuff, and that's the reason why the game runs the way it runs. It has nothing to do with the hardware. It's just the way the game engine is designed. The reality is it's a limitation of RE engine. And you look at this game, and this game's like, okay, this is one map. It has all this stuff. Dragon's Dogma 2 was basically this multiplied by like 100. They had over 1,000 NPCs running in a single global while loop. And that's the reason why Dragon's Dogma 2 ran like garbage when it came out. They had too many timer events running in a while loop. While true, do all this stuff for like 1,000 NPCs, and then you had all these nested if statements, and you can imagine the nightmare in terms of the memory management system. Like, what it has proven to me is that the RE engine has scaling issues with NPC count. The more NPCs you have on the screen or in the game world at any given time, the more the frame rate will suffer. And there's nothing you can do about it except throw the highest end hardware like an X3D CPU at it. The best CPU you can find will make the biggest difference in these scenarios. Now, if you're playing at 4K like I am, the graphics card plays a big role because 4K you're almost always GPU limited. The reality is we're only GPU limited at 4K when we're out in the field like this. When I go back into the city, the FPS goes back up. But the last thing I want to say is the RE engine is actually to blame here, guys. Like, and I don't know if it's the programmers, like the Japanese developers. I don't really know if it's their fault. I think they're working with the best that they have, and they decided to use Capcom's RE engine to make this game, and it is what it is. Like, that's what you get. There's no fixing it. Like, that's basically it. The only way to fix it is to brute force hardware, use the highest end CPU you can get, which in this case, for gaming, for an unoptimized game, well, okay, I don't want to say unoptimized. For a game that has severe scaling issues with NPCs and player data, you want to go with X3D, because X3D has all that extra cache to basically brute force its way through all that data. And that's the reason why MMOs, games like this, they benefit tremendously from X3D. X3D sort of, like, it compensates for the game engine's limitations. And that is the reason why X3D makes a massive difference. So, yeah. So far, the 9950X handles the game fine, but you can see, like, as soon as we go in here we go. We're going to go below 60, and that's because of the CPU bottleneck, because of all the player data, and RE Engine has a hard time handling this. I already ran this on the PS5. The PS5, I'll tell you how it runs. In fact, we can fire it up right now. Let me get the PS5 version going. Okay, let's bring up the PS5. I'll put it over here for now. Alright, we're gonna get PS5 in the house. So I'm gonna do a little bonus. You guys are gonna get to see we're gonna get to see a side-by-side comparison. PS5 versus PC. You're gonna see it here first. We're gonna do it live. PS5 versus 9950X and 7900 XTX. Let's get this game going. Coming to you through the power of technology. Your toilet had a scaling issue. CLR fixed it right up. I know exactly what you're talking about. In fact, I need to use CLR on something to get the lime scale off. No, that's not true. That's not true. There. We're above 60 now. Turn on frame gen. Oh, but you said without upscaling? Yeah, hold on. I think you're right. Let's see. Let's remove upscaling. Let's go native AA, but with frame gen. Nope, we're doing it. 4K, no upscaling. But we've got frame gen going. All right, so here is. Whoops, hold on. Why can't I hear? Oh, because it's not active. All right, let's get PS5 in the house. Here's PS5, boys. You guys wanted to see PS5? This is how the game runs on the PlayStation 5. We're on PS5 DualSense. I've got access to PS5 beta and PC beta. We got both going on simultaneously. In fact, let's move them side by side. Let's do this. Check this out. Now we're getting real fancy. Is that half and half? I can't even tell. Oh, that's about half. Alright, PS5 is where I am. PC is over there. Yeah, PC's on the left. PS5's on the right. So this is PS5. This is... Hold on. How do I... Whoops. Oh. Check it out. Let's get out of here first of all. Let's go out to the same area. Oh, it's a different time of day though. But I'm trying to set up so it's the same scene. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna have to move this over, I guess. Oh, because this is... Why is this, like, so different?
I'll put the materials I gathered in your item box.
Why does the PC one seem, like, zoomed in? And the PS5 one is, like, zoomed out. Whoops, wrong controller. I should probably keep the controllers like this so I don't confuse myself. Alright, so anyway, you guys can kind of see it right there. So we got PS5 and we got PC. PC, it's nighttime. PS5, it's daytime. Buy new additional hands to play both. Yeah, that is going to be weird. I'm trying to play them both at the same time, and it's really confusing me. Anyway. So, hold on. Let's just take a look at PS5 first. Let me bring this over. Alright, this is the PS5. So, you can see, we are playing the game in resolution mode. So it's trying to target 4K resolution, but you can see the frame rate is 30 frames per second. This, again, proves my point that the developers are like, I have achieved 30 frames per second, therefore, I have achieved nirvana, there is no problem, this game is perfect, it is ready to launch, I have done nothing wrong. 30 frames per second is the way. This is the way. That is the way the developers designed this game. They intended it to play at 30 frames per second at targeting 4K resolution. The reality is I think the actual resolution is not true 4K because this doesn't look nearly as sharp as the PC's version of 4K. This to me feels more like it's some kind of like 1080p upscale to 4K using resolution mode. So this is resolution mode. So let's go back to the main menu. And now let's go and look at the performance mode. Performance mode looks terrible. I'm going to show you guys why I never played the performance mode on PlayStation. Here it is. Graphics, I have it set to 120 hertz output. Prioritize frame rate. You feel like on PS it is ultra terrible against the 950X? Well, considering the fact that the 9950X by itself costs more money than the entire console, you have to remember that. So, it's not really fair to say the PS5 looks terrible when it's a full console for $500, and if you want to build the 9950X PC, you're going to be spending a lot more money than $500. So, alright, this is the performance mode, and you can see it looks way more... See, the sad thing is performance mode looks blurry and nasty. In fact, it looks worse than Monster Hunter World on PS4. So it's quite embarrassing. Performance mode looks so bad that I refuse to play the game like this. I would rather play 30 frames per second in resolution mode than I would play this hodgepodge, you know, performance mode. The dynamic resolution dips all the way down to like 720p. It looks so bad. So, okay, let's go to the, here, move this over here a little bit. Okay, now it's kind of daytime in the PC version. So let's take another look at the PC version. The PC version, because of frame gen though, look at that weird, like, look at the ghosting effect of frame gen. It's like the PlayStation, at least it doesn't have the ghosting, but it looks blurry and low res. This one has the frame gen thing. So it's like, how do we get the best of both worlds? Although this is 4K though. This is 4K. This looks so much better in a standing still, like a still screenshot. 4K native on PC. This is 4K. This looks better. Hands down. 4K resolution. Man, the ghosting though. It's like you just can't have the best of both worlds. Like, wow. Okay, hold up. So, but see, this is 4K. 4K with the ghosting. Let's get rid of the ghosting. In order to do that, we have to get rid of that and well, no. The way we do that is turn off the frame gen. So let's do quality and then turn off the frame gen. Okay, now it doesn't do that. But this, see, now it's 1440p upscaled to 4K. So the one on the PC, the internal resolution is actually 1440p. But it still looks so much better than the PlayStation 5. See, like, well, you know what's weird? The mountain looks completely different. Why does the PS5 mountain look like it has better foliage? I guess it's a time of day difference? The textures are different. Hold on a second. Go back into... Let's go back to resolution mode. I don't like how this looks. No, it still happens on 4090. It's just not as noticeable. Because the resolution, because the FPS is higher, you don't notice it as much on the 4090. It's still there. Yeah, no, there's no ghosting when you're playing it at 1440. The ghosting happens when you turn on frame gen. If you turn off frame gen, you don't have any ghosting. It doesn't matter if it's what resolution it's at. Alright, please don't put me in nighttime. Oh no, it's gonna become nighttime. Hold on, let's go. I wish I could control the time of day. Yeah, the PlayStation has a different looking mountain. The mountain on PlayStation actually seems to look more realistic. The mountain on the PC version looks fake. It's like it's, I don't know, it's the... But yeah, the PlayStation 1, this is on resolution mode. So it's 30 frames per second. It's actually unlocked 30 frames per second, but because the frame rate is high, it's unable to actually hit as high of a frame rate compared to the whatever mode. Okay, so the PS5 version looks fake. The PS5 has that Mexico filter.
I
What?
gathered some materials too. Check your sacred
What is that
pouch.
supposed to mean? The PS5 has the Mexico filter? I didn't even know there was such a thing. I learned something new today. The PS5 apparently has a Mexico filter. So wait, if the PS5 has a Mexico filter, what about the PS5 Pro? Because see, guys, the real deal is I really wish Capcom would have released this open beta 2 weeks from now. Like, why couldn't they have done it after the PS5 Pro came out? Because the PS5 Pro will fix these issues. The PS5 Pro will also allow the DLSS style upscaling, aka PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution PSSR. So yeah, it'll allow for that. Oh, now the time of day is going into the dusk on the Mexico land. So I don't know, Egypt filter? What? Wait, what? That's even more random. So, but yeah, like, okay, obviously when I'm literally looking at both of them side by side. See, you guys are looking at it through YouTube, and it's compressed because of YouTube video compression. I am seeing them side by side on 2 different monitors. I'm looking at them, and I can tell you, without a doubt, the PC version looks better. Like, it clearly looks better. But the PlayStation 5 in resolution mode doesn't look that bad. The reality is PS5 Pro will probably run this game totally fine. Like, honestly, the PS5 Pro will fix a lot of the deficiencies in terms of, like, how this game runs on the console. So, but it's kind of hilarious, you know what I'm saying? Like, that this is how it is. PS5 looks anime? What? They're the same art style. What? I don't get it. I don't understand some of these comments. The PS5 looks anime? What? What are we talking about here? The clouds and the sky on PS5 look unrealistic. Well, that's just because it is less detailed. It's because of the dynamic resolution scale. Like, the reality is I was able to play the game fine on PlayStation. It's not ideal, and especially now that I'm so used to the plus 60 FPS, this to me is so, like, low frame rate that it's just like, ugh. I have to, like, acclimate my eyes to this lower frame rate. It's doable, though. Like, I can handle it. It's just, wow. But I really wanted this beta to come out, like, when the PS5 Pro was out. Because that would have been way more ideal. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can, like, brute force your way through it. A lot of people seem to have forgotten that when Monster Hunter World came out 6 years ago, that game was hard to run. You guys do realize when Monster Hunter World came out, the best graphics card was a 1080 Ti. And the 1080 Ti was only running like 56 to 64 FPS on World. And then the DX12 update made it run even better, but the reality was it wasn't running so great when it first came out. Today, Monster Hunter World runs really good because of newer hardware. But, you know, that's fast forward 6 years later. Where's the Night on PC? PS5 wins? What? But yeah, give it like a few years and yeah, it'll run better. But really what they want you to do is they want you to use frame gen. See, like, that's the thing. You turn frame gen on and it's like, oh, it's magically better. That's the reality. No, why would I'm not going to CES? I wish I would go to CES, but no. I'm not going to CES. We'll be covering CES though. Alright, let's try hunting. Let's try hunting this thing. Let's see if this is going to be during the daytime. I forgot to check if this is daytime or nighttime. One thing they do need to optimize, although I think they will optimize this, is the load time. Loading into a fight or a hunt takes a long time compared to Monster Hunter World. It's almost like the load times in this are like load times on the PS4 for Monster Hunter World. I think this game is going to use direct storage. Because the fact that the options have a thing checking for direct storage capability indicates that they're probably going to support direct storage in here. We're Ryzen going to go help Zazen. What was that? Oh man, this dude is using the bow. Oh, someone else is coming in too. Alright, here we go. This thing doesn't cast any fire. Ooh, I hit him really good right there. I didn't poke out there. This desert fighting is making me think of the Dead Dunes in Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. One of the best Final Fantasy games of the last decade. I can't believe that game's 10 years old. Wow. Man, oh, I thought I dodged that. No, I didn't dodge that. It is weird how the mount just stands there and like watches. Man, hunting horn is so much fun. This is like let's run a party, let's do multiplayer. That's what this weapon's all about. And someone is playing support also. We got somebody buffing us here with the attack powder. This is why this game is gonna be Game of the Year of 2025. There's literally it's gonna be a competition between like two games. This game and GTA 6. That's basically it. And maybe GTA 6 will end up winning, but like if GTA 6 is the only other game besides this one that comes out next year, This game automatically is my personal game of the year. I'll take this game over GTA 6 any day of the week. I should probably hit this thing. Yeah, this is the weak spot. There is also Mafia Old Country. I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that. After 1 to 2 year, Threadripper 7000 will also really old. Well, Threadripper 7000 is only like 1 year old. Oh, I got on him. Alright, hold up. Where's the wrong knife attack? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Whoa. Oh. Takedown. Here we go. Oh, he messed me up. There we go. His chest has a weak spot. Hitting him with a giant saxophone. This is why this game is Game of the Year potential right here. No other game has this sort of concept. Fighting giant monsters with oversized musical instruments. It's so cool. It's so cool. You want to fight dragons? You can fight them with a sword and a shield, or a spear and a lance, or a lance and a shield. Or you can fight with a giant saxophone. You can do that too. No other game out there has this sort of concept. That's why this is basically a Game of the Year. Oh, that's right. You can actually... Hold on. Does that fall on? Is there a way to make this fall on? No, that doesn't fall on him either. Alright, hold on. He went to sleep. Do I have bombs? How do I not have bombs? What? Oh, I guess I used them. I forgot to restock. You guys have bombs? Here, I'll put this. I'll put the trap. Are they gonna put bombs? Yes, put the bombs. Okay. What? I wanted to put the trap? And then he fell into mine. Let's go with fire improvement. Fire resist. No, get down. Oh man, that was the best. That was the best fight ever. This is my favorite hunt. First of all, I was using the hunting horn. Second of all, I'm telling the monster to get down. You're gonna get hurt. He fell down and he died. What? Oh man, that was so funny. I told him to get down. I was like, get down. He fell down and died. He's like, you're gonna hurt yourself, pal. Oh man, that was great. This is game of the year, man. This is game of the year 2025. No other game. Why is the mount just standing there? No respect. It literally just walked over his dead body. Really? Really? Wow. Best game of the year. 750 X3 and 4090 give you around 80 FPS in town with DLS. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's good. That's as good as it's gonna get, honestly. Like with RE engine and the scaling limitations, that's as good as you can hope for it. That's actually really good. So X3D plus 4090 is probably the best of the best right now. Game tech reviews. Buffs and heals apply. How did I heal and buff 100? Oh, because of the hunting horn. Yeah, the hunting horn was just throwing out buffs the whole time while playing music. Man. Yeah, see, I'll show you what I get. So you're doing 4090 with the same, with the 750 X3D in the town with 4K. So if I make it 4K, yeah, it's similar. You can see. It's not going to be as good as that, but again, the 4090 is CPU bottlenecked in the city. See, I'm CPU bottlenecked in the city as well. And I'm doing like 70, so... The sandy area? No, of course not. No. There'll probably be 5 or 6 zones in the final game, plus like 2 installation levels. After this beta goes away, I might have to play Monster Hunter World to show you guys what's in that game, because the base game had the ancient forest, it had the wild lands or the wild dunes or something. It was like the arid, dry desert region, kind of like, not like this, but also kind of like this, similar, but not exactly the same. And then it had the coral reef, it had the valley, the vile something, the poison place, and then it had the Elder's Recess, which was the end game zone. So Monster Hunter World had 5 zones, 5 giant open maps like this. So think of it like 5 different biomes in Monster Hunter World. Then they had the final boss fight stage, which was the Xeno'jiiva stage, which was its own separate little arena. They have 2 arena maps. They have an arena and a special arena. And then they had the famous, one of my favorite stages in the game, except a lot of people hated it, Zora Magdaros. That was like the other boss, major boss in the game. So it's like 5 plus 3 or 4 small. It's like 5 big zones and 4 small areas. So it's like 9 areas total. And then Iceborne was the expansion. And that added the snow area. And it added a hidden secret final area called the Guiding Lands. Which basically, it was kind of like a mix of like a bunch of the other zones in the base game. So, total 7 large zones in Monster Hunter World. I would expect this game, the final game, should have 5 large areas to explore. Japanese game developers tend to follow the same design principles. That's something I've come to realize after playing a lot of Japanese games over the years. When they make action games, they tend to to do what I call the star topology. So they come up with like 5 areas. Look at a game like Demon Souls. It had the Kingdom of Boletaria. It had the Stonefang Tunnels, the Tower of Latria, the Valley of Defilement, and the Shrine of Storms. It had 5 areas to explore. 5 Archstones. Same thing with the Dark Souls games. It's not as easy to look at it that way, but they are there. They're just big interconnected areas in one giant map. Sekiro, same exact thing. Monster Hunter World, same exact thing. 5 large zones. Final Fantasy 13, Lightning Returns. It had the Wildlands, the Dead Dunes, Luxarion, Yusna. It had 4, and then it had the final zone where you encounter the final boss. So again, like 4 to 5 zones. So they kind of develop games with this mentality. I don't know who came up with this, if there's some kind of formalized educational theory behind game design where it's like, I know there's a thing in games called the rule of 3, or everything comes in 3s. So like in puzzle games, this is very noticeable if you play a game like Genshin Impact or a Legend of Zelda game. When you're solving a puzzle that's in like a map or a maze, you have to solve like 3 major puzzles, and they get subsequently more challenging before you get to the final level. And that's kind of how they do things. It's like everything comes in 3s. Well, when it comes to a game, they come in like 5 zones. You look at expansions from Final Fantasy XIV over the years. They do 5 zones, and then they do the final zone. So it's like 6 zones per expansion. So kind of like that. It's like a design principle that I've noticed over the years in terms of how these games have been developed. So I expect Monster Hunter Wilds to have 5 maps. This is only one of the 5. So it could have more than 5, but we don't know. No, this is 4K. This is 4K in the city with frame gen. We're not using 1440p. I was showing Super Googly, because Super Googly is getting about like 10 frames per second higher than me in the city. That's because he's using X3D. It's mainly because of X3D. The 4090 isn't really going to make much of a difference in the city because your CPU bottleneck in the base camp. So really the only thing that's going to change the performance here is going to be the CPU. And this is the 9950X. The 7950 X3D will do a little bit better, as shown from the results that we showed earlier today. So it's about anywhere from like 5 to 10, maybe 12 frames per second higher than this. So not bad. Although this is actually quite good, considering the fact that the 9950X doesn't have X3D V-Cache. All it has is the new architecture. It's actually doing pretty good. Hold on, let's maybe we should change the hunting horn. Hunting horn is really, really fun though. I kind of want to go hammer again. You know what? Let's try insect glaive and the, well, no, not insect glaive. What's a weapon that I haven't used much yet? Heavy bow gun? I kind of want to do gun lance again. Yeah, gun lance. And we'll just keep the bow as a secondary. Oh, I haven't actually gone through the full... Oh, failed to join because the quest ended. Wow, that was quick. Oh well. Now, well, let's switch over to the PlayStation 5 again. PlayStation 5. I'm gonna have to probably in here though. We're probably gonna have to leave the city because otherwise we're gonna hear all that noise. So let's hold up. How do I windowed or full screen here? Okay. All right, let's try the PlayStation 5 real quick. Oh man. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Wow. Okay, you know what? Nah. It's the frame rate's too low. I'm too used to the other one. All right, never mind. Never mind. I thought maybe I could try this one, but let's get out of here actually. Return without saving. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Let's just go back out. I lost all my stamina because my character was sitting out there for too long with no food and just standing idle. The stamina and the HP was like literally basically dropping to 0. Okay. So we'll just leave that. Actually, I'm going to send this to sleep. Go back to sleep. Enter rest mode on PlayStation 5. So that's going to go to sleep. Goodbye, PlayStation. We will be back next weekend with the PS5 Pro, however. So anyway. Drop this to quality. And it's going to get dark again. Oh, I guess the one thing that we haven't done. Did I show the whole thing? I think we already went through this at the beginning, didn't we? Oh, no, I haven't done this yet. Okay, I haven't covered this one. Or did I? Okay, the 9950X PC. So this is how the game is being handled by the 16 core with no Vcache. So you can see it's pretty intense. It's using heavily the primary CCD that has the faster cores. So excellent CPU. Similar in terms of this same sort of utilization that we saw this morning on the Intel Core Ultra CPU, the Arrow Lake CPU. We have again 96 gigabytes of system RAM, just like on the Intel PC, also running at 6400 mega transfers per second, so that's the speed. And then we have a whole bunch of drives, and then here we have the integrated Radeon graphics on the CPU doing absolutely nothing. Then I have the Radeon RX 7900 XTX rendering the game, and then down here I have a second graphics card. We have the Intel Arc A750 using the encoders. So we're basically running the encoding, or letting the Intel GPU handle the encoding. Normally I do everything on the AMD card. I don't actually have this in here. In fact, because I have this in here, it's making my 7900 XTX run the fans at a much higher speed because this GPU is physically blocking the airflow to the fans on my 7900 XTX. So it's actually really loud right now. The fans on the XTX are spinning very, very fast because it's starving for air because this thing is blocking the path. Good AV1. Yeah, but I'm actually... Am I using AV1? I think you're right. I think I am. Am I doing AV1? I thought I was doing AGVC. Oh, yes. We are using AV1. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. But normally, I use the AV1 on here. So, I'm probably going to remove this graphics card and put it back into storage. The only reason why this was in here was because I was trying to test dual PC streaming. I was trying... Well, not dual PC. I was trying to test simulcast. I was trying to stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So I was going to let one graphics card render to Twitch and the other graphics card render to YouTube. And that's what I was going to do. And that's basically how I do dual website streaming or what do they call it? Simulcasting or something like that. But anyway, this is the PC that we're using. We got dual graphics cards. We actually have 3 graphics processors. We have integrated graphics, we have the XTX, and we have the A750. So triple GPUs in this PC. 96 gigabytes of RAM running at 6400 and 16 cores, 32 threads. This is pretty much the max you can do on a consumer desktop. So it can get pretty close to Threadripper. If you guys saw yesterday's live stream, we were covering how Monster Hunter runs on Threadripper with an RTX 4090 and a Radeon Pro W7500. So we had dual GPUs in that PC as well. The main difference is because I'm running the Intel A750, the A750 and the XTX have to share GPU lanes. So my XTX is only running at 8 lanes of PCIe 4 because it has to give the other 8 lanes to the Intel graphics card. So that therein lies the dreaded GPU lane sharing that impacts motherboards or platforms on the consumer desktop space. This is the reason why this is not a true high-end desktop. This is a mainstream desktop pretending to be a high-end desktop. It's like a wannabe high-end. Only Threadripper can provide full 16 lanes to all the graphics cards and not compromise on the bandwidth. You gotta run. Catch you all next week. All right, yeah. I'll see you guys. I'll see you on Tech Thursdays. We'll be looking at the 9800 X3D and the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's what's coming next week, or I guess, well, soon to be this week. But yeah, I'll catch you then. Try to remove ARC. I know some benchmarks show better result with only 4090, but good to see. Well, we've done lots of tests with XTX. This is my second... Okay, that's right. I tested Threadripper plus 4090. We tested Intel Ultra plus XTX. We tested 7950 X3D plus 4080 Super. And now we're testing 9950X plus the XTX again. But yeah, so that's basically what we're using. You guys can see, though, it is very evenly distributing the game across the entire CPU. Everything except the last section of the CPU is using a lot of CPU power to run the game. So we're at like 55% CPU utilization. Okay, so now... well, I guess that kind of covers it, now that I think about it. There isn't really a whole lot more to do in here, except, I guess, do another hunt using the gun lanes. So we'll try this one. Oh, I don't have the bombs, though. I need to restock. Well, I guess I can craft them. Is there anything that I can, like, I can get that? I kind of need to get... Oh, it's another one of these nighttime lightning storm fights. There. What? He interrupted me when I was about to do that? What? Huh. I thought he was gonna kill the other guy. Whoa, that guy must have died that many times if it's already over. We're running the game maxed. Yes, we're encoding from the Intel GPU. Yes. All right, try this. Let's try. Actually, hold on. I want to go in here. And this is what I wanted to do earlier, actually. I think I should have grilled a meal before because the health was low. So that was already, like, the main problem. And then the other thing is I wanted to change the loadout. Loadout 4. Use this. Why is this... Oh, we're all out of that? Yeah, I just wanted to bring the bombs. I didn't have any bombs. Okay, let's go. Let's pick another one of these. This is... No, this is not native. This is 1440p. Wait. What are we running? I think it's 1440p with frame gen. Yes, 1440p with frame gen. So basically upscaling plus frame gen. This one probably doesn't have enough time. This one just started. Okay, we'll just do this one again. This is the one that has the hilarious death earlier. Probably my favorite hunt of the stream, of the entire day actually, was that last hunt where I told that monster to get down from that, whatever he was on. He was on like some wooden thing, rickety thing, or no, some stone cave thing, and he like fell off of it and he died. I was like, you need to get down from there. He got down, he hurt himself, he died. The fight was over. It was awesome. Yeah, no, it looks good. It's fine. It's so as long as the frame rate is very high, it's fine. If your frame rate is really low, frame gen's not going to help because frame gen's going to create problems with like latency and stuff. So as long as we have a high frame rate, like see we're above 100 frames per second, it's totally fine when the frame rate's high. So for example, if we run the game at 4K native and we turn on frame gen, then we're gonna have a lot of those motion vector ghosting artifacts. There's a little bit of that here with frame gen at 1440, but because the frame rate is so high, it's not nearly as bad. Although it is still there. Oh, he's doing it again. No, get down. Get down. Oh, how do I not have a... What do you... Oh, he ran away? I got the water status effect. Man, Gunlance is so much fun. Oh, I guess I could have sneak attacked them. Also, you don't lose that much sharpness in this. Yeah, the sharpness on the weapon doesn't go down as bad from using the shelling. That's a vast improvement over World. Wait, why is he coming out of it? What the heck? Where is he? Did he go down here? How did... what? Oh, I missed. Got him. Uh oh, he got me. Yeah, man, the shelling on Gunlance is so good. It's just so good in this game. I think I'm gonna like playing the ranged weapons and the weapons that have like this type of design, like being able to block, but also being able to deal not long range, because the shells on the Gunlance don't go very far, but like kind of like a medium ranged weapon with the defensive capability of guarding and perfect guarding. So one weapon that I really want to learn though, that I never actually learned properly on World, is Longsword. Longsword revolves around counterattacking. Also Charge Blade. Charge Blade, I feel like Charge Blade is like the hardest weapon to learn how to play correctly. There we go. See, being able to block is just so, like, such a cool concept for this type of game. It's got this, like, scrappy look in terms of the way the weapons look. But then the higher the weapons, the further you get into the game, the better weapons you get, the more insanely cool they look. Hit the tail. There's actually a trap over there behind me. There. You like how they don't force you back to base camp after each mission? Yeah, but they'll probably have a setting to do that. Shy monster. We got lots of these. Oh, yeah, too bad there's like nothing else to do except, like, I wish there was something you could exchange the commissions that you're getting for clearing the monster hunts. But it, you know, it's an open beta. They're gonna wipe everything after this. So, whatever. And they're kind of hiding a lot of the NPCs. Like, you can talk to the blacksmith, but she doesn't do anything. Like, you can't upgrade your weapons, you can't upgrade your armor. That's one of the reasons why these hunts take so much longer than they should. It's mainly because you're not able to improve your gear at all. So it's kind of like, it's definitely like a, hey, try the game out, see how it runs, see what's in here, see how the weapons have changed. For veterans of the series, it's more about, like, how have the weapons actually changed? Because there are some significant changes. Like, Insect Glaive is really weird right now. I don't really like it anymore. Or it's not as fun as it was in World, at least. We'll see. I don't know. I could get used to it. But I really liked Insect Glaive in the, in World. Dual Blades also is going to take some getting used to. I also like Dual Blades. No, this is stock. We're not using any GPU overclock. This is stock. Alright, let me see. We don't have that much more time with the beta. The beta will be over tomorrow. So, can I change my weapon here? See, I wish I could change my weapon here. What they really need to add, they need to add the item box. Hopefully, the final game has the item box. Because I don't like having to go into the tent every single time I want to change my weapon. Why am I choosing the 9950X? Because this is the main streaming PC that I use. And the 9950X has more capability in terms of multi-thread. Are you building your computer right now? What PC? You're building the 7800X3D? Would have been good to use this to test out PS5 Pro. Yeah, I know, right? That's why I kept saying yesterday, I really wish Capcom... I said this, like, at the beginning of the week, actually. When I was testing it on PS5. You know, I was saying, you know, I really wish Capcom would have brought the beta out, you know, 2 weeks from now instead of now. So that we could have tested the game on newer hardware. The newest CPU, probably the best gaming CPU, as well as the best gaming console for those that are going to be playing the game on console. Because I think the PS5 Pro is going to run this game pretty well. Wait, so the cat is probably... I wonder what these two do. They probably are the ones that do the trade. They're probably... Oh, you know what? That cat is painting pictures. I have a feeling that this is like the vistas. They want you to discover... This is like the guy... This is like the photographer in Final Fantasy Rebirth, where he wants you to travel the world and take pictures of your travels and find like certain vistas. I have a feeling that's what this is. It's like they want you to explore the map and find some vistas so that they can get inspiration to paint pictures. I have a feeling that's what this is, for achievements, or they're going to give you some kind of rewards or something. Maybe this is where you get some of the mantles, like the Rocksteady mantle, what was the evasion mantle, the fireproof mantle, waterproof mantle, thunderproof mantle, you know, all that good stuff, dragonproof mantle, that kind of stuff. Maybe this is the NPC that gives you that. This one looks like the one that you eat food to get the buff, I think. Yeah, that PC will run this game really well. You'll be running the game like the PC that I was showcasing this afternoon. Because you'll have X3D. It'll do a little bit better than this. Especially in the city. Out in the field, it won't really do much of... It won't make much of a difference. Like, the CPUs run pretty much the same. The difference is going to come here in the town or in the base camp where there's a lot of players around. This is where you hit the CPU bottleneck. Alright, I want to figure out where are all the NPCs? This is the guy that wants you to... What did he want you to do? Oh, this is the dude who you talk to for endemic life forms or something. Like, he wants you to fight more monsters so he can learn more about them. So this is one of the scholars. And then this is the guy who probably wants you to do the plants research. It's either him or him, like one of them. One of them is plants, one of them is monsters. That's all I remember. And then, who else? The blacksmith, she's right here. Gemma. So she is who you talk to upgrade your gear. So she will craft all the weapons and the armor and all the upgrades and augmentations. So she plays probably one of the biggest roles in terms of the positive feedback loop of getting better gear. And who else? I don't know. What is this? This is just another hunter? Palico hunter? Hunter of Avis unit. Later today, you'll connect the laptop to the main living room screen to try this. Yeah, I know you got the 4090. Yeah, no, I mean, the laptop should probably do fine. I mean, it's gonna run really loud, I would imagine, but it would run fine. Really, the only people who have a problem are people who are on older CPUs. Like, 12th gen, 11th gen, Ryzen 5000, Ryzen 3000, Intel 10th gen, 11th gen, 9th gen, etc. Those are the ones, those are the people that are having problems with the game. Not people who are on 13th gen, 14th gen, Zen 4, Ryzen 7000, Zen 5, Ryzen 9000. They're not going to see problems with the game. And I'm basing this off of the Steam forums. Every time you see someone complaining about this game, and they're posting their specs, it's always like, oh, I have a pandemic PC, and this game is unoptimized garbage. Well, the problem is actually that you have a pandemic PC, not that the game is garbage. So, you know, that's just kind of how it is. All right. Yeah, well, the game, there's not much more for me to do. I mean, I've kind of play tested a lot of different weapons. I've tested all the weapons at this point. The gun lance currently is one of my favorite. I like the gun lance, the hammer. The hammer is still really good. I love the hammer in World. It's excellent here. It has that new wind-up attack, which is great. The switch axe is just as good, although for some reason I couldn't figure out how to jump on the monster's leg, with the hind legs. You could jump on it with the switch axe when you're doing the Y+B attack. So I couldn't figure out how to do that in this game. I think it's still in there. Dual blades, I'm confused on how to use dual blades in this game. I was pretty good with them in World. They have that weird new demon evasion thing that's going to take some getting used to. Charge blade still seems the same as it was in World. There's a little bit of tweaks to it now. to build up charge. But it's like one of the most complicated weapons to learn to use. It's still extremely complicated. Heavy bowgun's pretty much the same. Light bowgun is pretty much the same. The bow is pretty much the same. All the range weapons are really, really good. They were really, really good in World, and they're extremely good here. So, sword and shield pretty much feels exactly the same. Actually, you know what? Let's go back into the tent. I want to see the different weapons again. Okay, so let's see. What are my thoughts on this? Greatsword feels exactly the same. I didn't play around with it enough to figure out what's different. Still feels the same. Longsword is pretty much the same, from what I could tell. Although I'm definitely not a longsword expert by any means. Sword and shield felt the same. Probably the best beginner weapon for someone who wants to learn how to play melee. Dual blades is kind of noob friendly. Except you can get yourself killed in a lot of like tempered arch dragon fights or whatever. So, or elder dragons. Although, this is like the really cool anime one. If you want to play as an anime character, you either go longsword to be a samurai, or you go dual blades to be like the flashiest, cool anime style Attack on Titan, zipping around, dodging with flare and flash, and literally doing Levi's spinning spiral attack on the back of the monster. Man, I really want to see... See, this game has reignited the desire to play Monster Hunter World again. I want to go fight Kulve Taroth, do the Siege of Kulve Taroth with the dual blades, and do the Levi spinning attack on the back of the monster, all the way from the tail, and just spiral around all the way to the front of the monster. It's so cool. So this is the most anime weapon in the entire game, by far. And the longsword is probably like a close second. This is like if you want to fight as a samurai wielding an odachi, you go longsword. And then you got hammer. Hammer is bop. You just bop. You just unga bunga your way to victory with the hammer. It's so fun. Probably one of my... This is definitely one of my top 3 favorite weapons. The hammer, by far. It's so good. Hunting horn is all about the music and the buffs. Very basic, easy combos, but actually a little bit challenging to figure out the timing on when to get your buffs off. Lance, probably a really good beginner-friendly weapon. It is probably the best tank weapon in the game, if you just want to tank and you want to counter. Gun Lance, you guys have seen me use it. I think it's amazing. It's probably one of the top-tier weapons in this game right now. The shelling is so much better. You don't lose as much sharpness on your weapon anymore when you do shelling. It's just, like, vastly improved over World. Switch Axe is very good. Probably my 3rd favorite weapon in the game. Extremely fun. Relatively easy for beginners. And it has a lot of style. It has a lot of style. Switch Axe, Dual Blades, and Longsword probably have the most flashy style. And then the other 2 that are really cool looking are the Charge Blade, although this is like this is what I call the Paladin weapon. If you want to play as a Paladin, you go Charge Blade, although Charge Blade is probably more of like a warrior, and Sword and Shield is more like a Paladin, because you can use items while your shield is out. So, and they got a couple of new moves. They got that new backhanded sword slash and the stab downward, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely, like, if you want to play support in this game, you're either going to want to go Sword and Shield or Hunting Horn. Those are like either those 2, and then I guess the 3rd support would be Light Bowgun. Usually whoever's using Light Bowgun can also play a support. So Hunting Horn, Sword and Shield, Light Bowgun are probably the best support weapons. Charge Blade is a tanky, it's like a good offense and defensive weapon. Insect Glaive is whoever wants to play as a Dragoon from Final Fantasy. and you want to soar through the air and do all kinds of like aerial juggling and aerial combos and really flashy ground combos. This is very cool, except this is definitely a harder weapon to use because this is probably my second favorite weapon actually from World. I don't know if I like it that much in this game, but the Insect Glaive has a lot of potential to look cool if you really know what you're doing. The problem with it is there is a lag time from the time you start the fight to the time you're actually dealing good damage, because you have to use the beetle to go and get it has to basically harvest things to give you the buffs that you need. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just get into the fight and immediately start dealing damage like you can with, say, the switch axe or the hammer or the great sword or the dual blades. There's more of like a startup time before you're up and running and you start dishing out the numbers. And then light bow gun, really good weapon overall. Probably the easiest weapon for a beginner if they want to play ranged. This makes you feel like you're playing Overwatch, to be honest. Heavy bow gun, a more advanced version of the light bow gun. It has the ability to block in certain situations, so it offers some defense, but it's slow. So there's that. And then the bow, the final weapon, this is like the stylish range weapon. Like, it has so many cool, flashing, evasive moves, but it's definitely not a beginner-friendly weapon. It looks easy to use at first glance, but beginners will think this weapon's cool and easy, but they won't actually deal super good damage unless they really, really know the timing, you know, like how to dodge at the right moment and then do the counter attack for the big damage and then get your combos off and positioning and all that kind of stuff. So the bow is definitely more advanced. I feel like the light bow gun is the easiest range weapon. The bow is probably heavy bow gun has a pretty high skill ceiling, but I think it's probably still easier to use than the bow. So I'm going to go ahead and say the bow is the hardest one to master and really look like you're playing like a pro. Whereas these other ones, you can just kind of like YOLO and wing it, and you can just get by. So well, that's basically my take on Monster Hunter Wilds in terms of the weapons. I feel like right now, my favorite weapons are the hammer, the switch axe, and the gun lance. I think these are my three favorites. If I'm playing DPS, I go hammer. If I'm going to DPS again, I would also do switch axe. If I want to play more of like a defense, tanky style, I would go with the gun lance. But that's pretty much my top three. Then for range, currently, I feel the most comfortable playing light bow gun. Although I used to play bow a long time ago, I'm super out of practice. The light bow gun is probably my go-to, just because it's so beginner friendly. As someone who's been away from the game for a long time, so I would just probably go light bow gun. But yeah, that's basically how I see myself starting out with the game at release, and I'll probably try to learn. Definitely want to learn longsword because I want to fight like a samurai in this game. So we're gonna pick up longsword for sure. Try to fight like a paladin with a charge blade. This is probably the most stylish, advanced weapon. Very hard to master, but very satisfying when you're playing it correctly. And that's basically it, guys. That's Monster Hunter World in a nutshell, or Monster Hunter Wilds, I should say. So I definitely check it out if you have not played the beta yet and you want to know where your PC stands in terms of the performance. Definitely you want to try this out because we are within the last 24 hours now before the beta closes out. So make sure you give it a try. You know, you don't have to pre-order the game. You just go to the Steam page, you request access, they'll instantly give you access. Then you download the game. I think the game is only like 24 gigabytes or something, so it's not that big. And test it out. I mean, it's got multiplayer right now. It's a ton of fun. I mean, if GTA 6 gets delayed, this is you're basically looking at Game of the Year 2025. So, I mean, there's not much more to say after that. Will I review another motherboard? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't plan on getting Aorus Ultra. I don't know where the Godlike is. So maybe we'll do more motherboard content. We're definitely gonna do more build type content and like BIOS stuff and overclocking. But we're probably not gonna do any motherboard reviews anytime soon. The tier list is already there. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, if you've never played a Monster Hunter game, this is the excellent starting point. Excellent starting point to pick it up and just jump in. It is a ton of fun. It has so much style. The game just has so much character. And it's so cool. Like, just the fact that there's so many different ways to play. You can play like a Phalanx, a Spartan from 300 with a flamethrower flare, medium range explosive weapon. You can play with a shelling style. You can stab things with like a giant bayonet on a gun, or like a gun cannon looking thing. And this is just one of the weapons. Yeah, what's the other one that I've got on here? What else we got? Got the bow. We can play like we're trying to slay Calamite from Dark Souls 1 with the great bow. Double shot like a Venti C1 from Genshin Impact, if you know what I'm saying. You got the third-person shooter mode. You got 1,000 Dragons. You got the this one. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. What was this move called? Quick shot? No, charge shot. Charge shot. Quick shot. Dragon piercer. Charging sidestep. Wait, what was the 1,000 Dragon one? 1,000 Dragons? Oh, that's new. 1,000 Dragons is a new move. I don't remember that at all. We can remove the coatings. You can put different coatings, like poison coating, sleep coating. Power shot. Quick shot. Power shot. Charged volley. How did I do that one from the air? Shoot? No. What was it? Oh, arc shot. Is it arc shot? No. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. How do I, like, aim it? How I'm not unable to aim? Oh, because I've already charged it? I like how it goes down really, really slow. Hold on, what does that look like when I, how do I do that again? Oh, okay. So if I want to do... Oh. Wow. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Figuring all this stuff out with the weapons is what makes this game so good. That bow is almost as big as the GPU you need to run the game properly. In World, the range shot was a bunch of iron balls. Yeah, I remember it. I remember it. I remember seeing people do it. In fact, I remember fighting Xeno'jiiva with this move. Man, I'm gonna go back and play World before this game comes out. I have to play World again. In fact, the Fall Festival is going on right now in World. Yeah, this is hilarious. I actually kind of want to do a hunt with this weapon now. Yeah, that's good. I wish there was a thing out here to quickly swap weapons. I don't like having to go in the tent every time I want to change my weapon. That's kind of annoying. Man, that is super good. Alright, hold on. I'm going to try heavy bow gun. Heavy bow gun. And what's another one that I haven't figured out the moves? Oh, greatsword. Yeah, I haven't done greatsword yet. Wait, no. Hold on. Heavy bowgun. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's totally, like, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pre-order. You don't have to do nothing. Just download the game. It's really good. Servers will go offline tomorrow. All right, so let me see. This is the weapon that you start the story mode with. True charge slash. There's such a sense of weight. Like, this weapon has a bunch of, like, it feels super heavy. This is what it's like to wield a real Buster Sword. The way the character moves is more realistic. It's not like Cloud Strife where it's super fake. And you can just twirl the Buster Sword around with his wrist like it's nothing. This thing is actually heavy. There's even like a thing, I think like Adam Savage or somebody basically made like an episode of where they actually made one of the great swords for Monster Hunter World. And how heavy it was and how impractical it was to actually wield as a weapon was hilarious. It was hilarious. But the fact that the character moves like this, it's like when Gohan was trying to train with the Z sword. The Z sword is basically a charge blade from Monster Hunter. So you got this. You got charge level 2. Strong charge. True charge. Alright, what else does this do? It has wide slash, tackle, leaping wide slash, side blow. And then it goes into, okay, then it just goes into that. And you can kind of move, oh, you can make it move around. I hit the mouse. Oops, sorry, pal. You're in the way, dude. This is what I mean by the mount just standing around is so weird. It just, like, stands around and watches the whole time. And the palico is just kind of there. Evade. Can you do an evade into tackle? Okay, you can do evade into tackle. Evade into tackle and then slow. Oh, you can do the kick. You can do Link's kick. Kick. Soul Calibur 2. Kick. Kick. You have the Spartan kick. This is Sparta. You got the Sparta kick. Yeah, that's good. Whoa, was that even in world? I don't remember doing the kick in world. You can block. You can block with this weapon. You can evade. Okay, what else can we do here? Offset rising slash. Wide slash. And then into charge slash. Okay, focus mode. Focus mode. What is focus? Does focus mode have any specific moves? I mean, it just has the same stuff. Yeah, so the great sword seems basically the same. Like, I guess the Spartan kick is the one new move that it got. Heavy bow gun. This is the slowest ranged weapon in the game. But this is the one that actually makes it feel like you're playing an actual, like, Battlefield game. You know what I'm saying? Look at that recoil. It's got the same recoil that the battle rifle in Halo 2 has. I feel like I'm playing Halo 2 now. With the battle rifle. Reload. Mode switch. Wait, what did this do? Okay, this added what? Ooh. Oh. Okay, Wyvern. What is Wyvern part ignition? What? Oh, okay, okay. I like this. I like this. I should have played around with the range weapons a bit more. You can guard, but it's not. You can't just stand and guard forever though. It's like a timed guard. But this is the only ranged weapon that you can actually block with. So what does it have? It has Wyvern Howl. Oh, it's like a not quite prone. Oh, this is like a long range. Wow. So I do... Oh, I'm out? How do I reload that then? You can also just kind of like not actually aim properly while moving. So there's that. Huh. Alright, well that's heavy bowgun. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much gonna be it for the stream. We did over 2 hours. So 2 hours plus the like 90 minutes for the other 2 streams. So that puts me at like over 5 hours of streaming this game today. So that's a lot across 3 different computers. Then if we add Threadripper from yesterday, that's, you know, we did like 7 hours streaming Monster Hunter already on PC. And we've also streamed it on PS5 like twice. So definitely I got my playtime in for Game of the Year 2025, so we're good there. But alright guys, that's pretty much how the game runs on the latest and greatest hardware available, really. I think anybody who's looking at building a PC, you're probably, for gaming, you're probably going to be waiting until Thursday, unless you've already chosen your parts and you're building your PC currently. Like in the case of the 7800 X2D, for example. So that's going to do fine for the foreseeable future. But yeah, the game is pretty hard to run for those that are on like 3-year-old computers or older, especially if your computer is a pandemic PC or older, where it's on like either non-X3D Zen 3 or Intel 10th gen, Intel 11th gen. And anything older than that is going to really, really struggle to play this game, and that's the reality. I guess I'll do one more hunt. Actually, before we do that, let's eat first. I definitely want to try the heavy bowgun. Let's do heavy bowgun, and I'm not this. Probably heavy bowgun and the bow. Let's just do range only. Range only. And then what is in here? Okay, all the stuff. There's been some rumors that Resident Evil 9 will be open world. Man, if that's an open world, that's basically gonna be Dragon's Dogma 3. For real, like that's gonna be Dragon's Dogma 3, only it's gonna be called Resident Evil 9. If they go open world. I think because this game doesn't have that much on the client side, the load times are actually pretty long to get into a session. Because the loading on this is significantly longer than Monster Hunter World. So hopefully this is one area where they can improve it for the final release. So in my experience playing the game, there's only 2 things that I think Capcom needs to do. They need to fix the frame gen artifacting, and they need to fix the load time, or improve the load time, getting into a session, a multiplayer session. Other than that, the game's ready for final release, as far as I'm concerned. Hope we have 5090 when the game actually comes out. We probably will. It'll probably launch. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think the 5090 is going to get announced in January, and it's probably going to release in February. Mid-February is when I expect to see the 5090. And this game comes out at the very end of February, which means the 5090 should arrive right around the time that this game comes out. It ends tomorrow. So if you haven't played, you really need to play it now. We are within the final 24 hours of the beta. It will end tomorrow. There's only about, I think there's maybe 20, 24, 23 hours left. Maybe less. I don't know the exact time, but I know it ends tomorrow. Can I shoot him? How do I shoot him from here? Oh. Wait, what? I can shoot him from on the mount? Wait, hold up. It said I could do a wyvern? I could do a wyvern how? What? Are you serious? This feels broken. This is like a knight. No, this is like a Mongolian Mangodai in Age of Empires 2. Or a heavy archer. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That okay. Well, that ended. That ended pretty quick. The monster's like, nope. Get off of that thing. Alright, what else we got? Actually, I can guard him with this. Yeah! See what I'm talking about? I perfect guard that. Heavy bowgun OP. This is still OP. I remember this being super broken against like Xenojiva in World. Not to mention fighting Behemoth, Extreme, everybody going in with heavy bowgun and doing cluster bombs. Talk about busted. Which motherboard? Will I review the Godlike and the Ultra? I will not be reviewing the Ultra. Maybe the Aorus Extreme. And I don't know when the Godlike will ever come up. Because that thing was announced a while ago. It's been over a month now, and I still don't know where it is. So it'll eventually show up. But I don't know at this point if I'm going to be able to review it. It really depends on if and when it shows up, and if there isn't something else that has a higher priority. Wait, what's the like really big thing that I can do with this? I've got wyvern. Oh wait, we're out. He got me on the reload. What's he doing? Why is he like looking? There we go. The other thing too, because when you're playing range, you're always in focus mode. I'm literally in focus mode all the time, so I can actually always see what the weak points are. You keep saying Aorus Ultra. I think you mean the Aorus Extreme. The Aorus Ultra has lane sharing. The Aorus Extreme does not have lane sharing. So I think you're labeling it wrong, or you're saying it wrong. What you mean to say is the Aorus Extreme, not the Aorus Ultra. What's that thing? Mode switch. Let's see what we got. Oh, let's see if I can knock him down. What? Oh, he didn't get to fall down that time. Oh wait, this is the... Yeah, okay. Why is there another... What is this dude doing here? What? Turf war. The tail fell off. Oh, I got him. Is Wilds heavy on? Yes, it is. Very heavy. All Capcom RE Engine games are CPU heavy. Oh man, this is good. Oh no! What? Oh, look out! Look out! Look out! Tripped me again. I like how he, like, man, the aggro is so random. The monster just, like, keeps on switching back and forth. This is actually the first person besides myself that I've seen play Insect Glaive. Alright, let's try the bow. Otsukare. Let's go. Yamanosuke. Oh, I'm out of range. Hold on, how do I do that? What was that one move again? No, not quick shot. Sidestep? Oh, yeah, okay, I remember this against Xenojiva. And then, what was the... Dragon Piercer was this. He's gonna interrupt me! Oh, I got it off. Okay. Charge. What's Twin Dragons? Oh yeah, Twin Dragons is it. And then I've got Charging Step, the evasive move. What was that one move again? It was, ooh, what is this? What? This is like Gundam Seed Destiny stuff right here? What is this, Freedom Gundam? What was that? What? Man, what is this? Can someone say reboot gun targeting? Enzo Matrix? For real, what is going on here? Are we fighting the Web Riders? From season 3, what is going on here? Where'd he go? He just like left. He's like, stop with the reboot, late 90s, early 2000s Cartoon Network references. The monster's like, I'm out, man. No, you can't compare me to a web monster. I like this. I like the bow, man. I think the bow is probably gonna be my main range weapon. All right, hold up. Let's see. Can I sneak up on him? How do I get the ghillie mantle on? Yeah, let's do this. Hold on, don't hit him, dude. Hold on, don't hit him yet. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Hold up. Let me get my bombs out. Yeah, hold on. What the heck? Okay, here. Well, that didn't work. Oh, is he gonna do that again? Wait, how did I do that weird thing again? What is this mode? Wow, this weapon is good. I like this. Oh, I like this. This has got style. This is the most anime ranged weapon in the game. How do I do that? Oh, I might die. Hold on. Need to flash him quick. Why do I have the fishing thing? What the heck? How did I get this thing out? Remove? Wait, what was that all about? That was so weird. Somehow I got the fishing pole out. This game is not poorly optimized. The people who are saying this game is poorly optimized are people on like 4 or 5-year-old PCs. Or they're trying to play the game on a monitor resolution their graphics card can't handle. That's all there is to it. Like, I mean, look at me, man. I'm at 100 plus FPS with the 9950X and the 7900 XTX. And we're having like no problems. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. This is probably my favorite monster. This is my favorite one to hunt. He's so cartoony, it's so funny. He like tries to go up there and falls down. Then he gets stuck in like a vine trap. This is like the goofiest monster. He's like, whoa, he's like hitting me with water. He's like using his like mouth laser attack. Man, okay, how did I do that thing with the... No, not Dragon Piercer. That's not what I wanted to do. He's like, oh, you want to fight with range? I'll fight you with range. Oh, man. This game is so good. Look at all these arrows! Oh, no, thunderstorm! Matsu Otsukare! Oh, he's doing shelling. I mean, how do I do that move that I was trying to do? Not this. Or that. Okay, that works. That's not what I wanted to do, though. How did I do the thing where it, like, does the... Hold up. How do you do... No, not this. Whoa, this thing's good. How do I do the, what was... No. Was it this? No. Focus Hailstorm, Focus Fire Hailstorm, Dragon Piercer, Quick Shot. Was it, Oh, Arc Shot. Oh, that is a weird button combination. This is the move I was trying to do. Favorite monster. Some people said that it struggles to run at native 1080p on a RTX 4070. Well, again, it depends on what they're actually playing. Like, every time I see someone say something like that, the first thing that I'm wondering is, first of all, what monitor resolution are they playing at? That's my very first question. Number of focus strikes on wounds. Game Tech reviews 3 times. There will be a middle release after Rise for Switch 2. Man, this game is so good. Now I'm starting to get the hang of things. It's starting to make more sense. Bow, I like that. That bow is fun. All the weapons are fun, actually. All of them. So let's go with, is there an armor set that allows heat wide range? This says stun resist, stamina surge, ballistics. I'm gonna try Charge Blade, even though I actually really don't know what I'm doing with this thing. So Charge Blade and... I mean, it's either gonna be bow. Actually, you know what? Try the Insect Glaive. And not Charge Blade. Oh, okay, we'll just go with this. I am playing at 4K. Well, okay. I'm playing at 4K, but we are using frame gen. We've got FSR3 frame gen turned on to double the frame rate. I kind of want to hunt that guy again. I really like hunting that thing. Oh, this has a passcode? Oh, this is like someone doing something with their friend. We can hunt. I guess we could try hunt. I don't really want to hunt radeon. He takes forever. I guess we'll fight this guy. This fight is the fastest one. Chadacabra has the lowest HP out of all of them. That depends on how long you... 3, 5, or 7 years. It's usually 3, 5, or 7 years. You decide on whether you want to keep the computer for 3 years, 5 years, or 7 years. Alright, we're going Insect Glaive. I'm going to give this weapon another try. You know what I need to do? I need to set up some base camps so that I can get to these monsters faster. Oh, he's already almost dead. This fight's probably going to end before I even get a chance to do anything. Yeah, the people playing this are probably playing on a monitor that is too high resolution for their graphics card to handle. If they're complaining. Alright, hold on, dude. Oh, wait. Do you have any... Hold on. Oh, I don't... Oh, I forgot to load my bombs again. You're gonna have to do it. Yeah, get him. Why is this only giving me the thing? I need the red one. Oh, I like how... Okay, here's one thing that they've improved. They improved... Yeah, okay. That is an improvement. It lights up, telling you what the beetle will gather. What does focus mode have? Get him. This is basically the Beetleborgs style. Now I get to fight like a Beetleborgs. Or Common Rider. Oh! Oh man, Dragoon style, Estinian. Oh. Rip. Deguito. Alright, that was a good one. That was such a good one. Alright, what I'll do, instead of going back to the camp, I kind of want to just explore the area more. Or actually, no, let's just go back to camp. Let's go back to camp first. This is basically the Dragoon style, the Lancer style. It's got all the different fighting styles. You have to decide. It's 3, 5, 7 years. Are you asking maximum? 7 years. Actually, before taking on any quests, where's my camp at? I kind of want to set up some camps so I can get around faster. Although at this point, it doesn't really matter. Here's one that I set up. So I have one there. Do I have one here? The one I put over here kept getting destroyed. Well, I mean, you can keep them until the end of the socket, yes. But you can also just, you know, keep using them up to 7 years. At the 7-year mark, the CPU will be so old that it'll kind of be really slow. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't want to go this way. This is why I wish the minimap didn't rotate. Is there a way to make it so the minimap doesn't rotate? I said fixed, but how come it still seems like it rotates? Oh, because it's showing the direction that I'm going. But then this thing rotates, which is weird. Oh, so this is where you start the game. I want to set up a camp here, but monsters keep destroying it. It says dangerous, though, so I wonder if a monster will destroy it. So now I can quickly transit over here. So that one tends to have a lot of activity. Speaking of monsters, radeon's coming over here. Let's not stick around. Let's instant transmission out of here. He's just gonna come by and cause trouble again. Yeah, but not everybody does 2 years. Most people will do 3, 5, or 7 years. The reason why it's 3, 5, 7 years is because typically the standard warranty for most things is 3 years. And then if someone's going to keep their hardware longer than 3 years, then the next bracket would be 5 years. Because technically, if they really wanted to, a lot of the retail stores offer extended warranties for like 5 years. So you can get like an extra year or two beyond the 3 year. But at that point, sometimes it's not really worth it. So you think about the hardware. Most consumer hardware that you're buying, it's pretty much certified for like 3 years. After 3 years, it's considered obsolete. What's one that's not that long? Oh, this one just started. That's a long one. This one just started too. Nighttime again? I want to fight during the daytime. Yeah, one generation is 2 years. 2 generations is 4 years. So that's why I said, like I said, 3 years. After the 3rd year, you can consider upgrading because now you're like gonna be in the next generation. And you're almost toward you're like halfway through the next generation. Assuming you bought when the current generation that you had was new. I'm just gonna jump on him and just do this. Whoa. I'm not happy about that. Alright, let's try to do this. There, got him. Oh, he ran off. Do I have the bombs? Oh, I forgot the bombs again. There we go. I've seen some complaints that there's too much emphasis on using focus mode. Because that seems to be the new thing this time. Such cool splashy moves. This is the coolest Dragoon fighting style I've ever seen. Now this is how you fight with a Glaive. And that's how you get hit by a giant monster while you're wielding a Glaive. Ooh, that spinning downward is so cool. So cool, man. This game has so much style. It has so much style. I haven't looked much into Dragon Age the Veilguard, but so far that game, from what I've heard, is actually pretty good. I wonder what the combat in that game is like compared to this one. Ooh, I even got the rare beast gem. This move right here. Oh, it wore off. The buff wore off, but the spinning, spinning downward is so cool, and the flying through the air. Yeah, I know. People have been complaining a lot about that, but yeah, it's like you don't have to use focus mode. You kind of have to remember where the weak points are, though. It's not as visually obvious as it is when focus mode is enabled. Let's fight another one of the. Wait, that's late night. All right, late night. Oh, this is another passcode one. You know what? Maybe I should fight Radeon with the Insect Glaive, because that will allow me to do the aerial combos and they'll actually do something, because he's such a large enemy and he's a dragon. So he has like flying moves. you can actually show the power of the insect glaive in the air when you're fighting dragons. Because it's like, the dragons can fly? Okay, well, so can I. You know what I forgot to do? Hold on, I need to like warp out to my camp real quick. Where is this raid now? Or no, oh, that guy's over there. Whatever, we'll just do this real quick. We'll just do this real quick. I forgot to get the bombs again, and I used up one of the traps. Did I cause a cave in? What is that all about? Anyway. Oh, this guy's playing hunting horn? Go get him, Beetleborg. You've been playing these games for 14 years. Every time we get a new generation of Monster Hunter, new players from the previous one complain. Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with focus mode. Focus mode, if anything, focus mode actually helps the range guys. So this is the quality of life improvement for the insect glaive. Like, you can see the color. I'm going for orange. I'm trying to get orange for the final buff. Yes, he got it. Alright, let's go. There we go. Yeah, hunting horn. Hunting horn just keeps on doing the buffs. Give me the buffs. Ba 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 ba. Play the saxophone. Yeah. Oh man, this game is so good. The first night of this beta, Steam had like 500,000 concurrent people playing this beta. It was crazy. Oh, he got him. What is my other weapon again? Oh, Charge Blade. Okay, let's go Charge Blade. New BIOS is out for ASRock. Riptide for the... Yeah, pretty much all the motherboards should be getting their BIOSes either this weekend or early next week for the 9800X3D. So, word of advice, anybody who's planning to buy a motherboard this week for the, oh, is he gonna go to sleep? Yeah, he's gonna go to sleep. He sits down. I like how he's like, I don't care that they're attacking me. I'm just gonna try to sleep anyway. Alright, let's do the paladin styling on him. Turn that giant thing into an axe. For that AED. Let's go with that AED. If I remember how to do it. It's been so long. Oh, that actually hurt pretty bad. Oh, well, actually, my power bill healed me. Yeah, okay. I forgot how to use this. I'm trying to figure out how to do amp, element discharge, and the other big one. There we go. Come on. Oh, missed. Come on, get over here. Come over here, dude. Yeah, let's go. Oh man, that was good. I'm not suggesting any motherboard. You have to decide on a motherboard based off of your use case. I can't tell you what motherboard to get because I don't know how you're going to use the computer. Should you wait for Aorus Extreme, AI Top, or the MSI Godlike? Well, you have to decide. Like, do you really want to spend that much money on a motherboard? The Aorus Extreme AI Top is an $800 motherboard. The MSI Godlike is like $1,000 or more. So it's like, do you really want to spend that much on a motherboard? That kind of goes against everything that I said earlier today when it comes to like value, how much value you get when you spend on a motherboard. Like, it kind of caps out around $500. Anything above $500 isn't really going to get you a whole lot more unless you need a very specific thing that those like super top tier niche motherboards offer. So you have to decide that on yourself. I can't tell you like what motherboard to get because I don't know exactly how you're going to use the computer. And the thing is, people's priorities change over time. Alright, let's hunt radeon. I'm trying to get as much playtime in on the beta as I can now, so I kind of get my muscle memory back on some of these weapons. Chargeblade and Longsword are like the hardest ones to remember how to play after not playing the game for like 4 years. Like, I remember how to play Hammer, Hunting Horn, Light Bow Gun, Sword and Shield, Dual Blades, Insect Glaive. They're pretty much like relatively simple. Chargeblade is not simple. Alright, do I need to eat anything actually? Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Okay, we need to go and get some more bombs and things. What was the button? Manage loadout. Loadout 4. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, then you're gonna want a $500 motherboard. You're either gonna want the Taichi, the Asus Strix, the Gigabyte Aorus Master, or the MSI Carbon. One of those four. If you want an overclocking board, well, see, the Carbon, I don't know if that one has the asynchronous mode. The Strix has it, the Taichi has it, the Master most likely should have it. The Carbon is the only one that I'm not sure of. Block it. That's what it's called to be a paladin. You tank it. This is the most paladin looking weapon. This and the shield and sword. It's starting to come back to me. Ah, that longsword's messing me up. It's like interrupting my moves. Yeah. Sit down. Let's go with the axe. Yeah. Wait, why do I still have it in this mode? Like, why am I still in axe mode? I don't even know. Let me see. Focus. Oh, he's going away. Zami. I don't know what that first name is. The one in kanji. I don't know what that says. Something that's not. It's not old. It's like old bones or old back or something. Like, what does that say? I don't know what that says. If somebody can speak Mandarin, what does the Japanese name of the other player on the top right with the light bowgun mean? I can't figure out what that's saying. What that name says. We got Zami using the greatsword, and we have Invisible using the longsword. And then we got some guy with like something like bathroom or something. I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? Something old bathroom? Just old bones or something? Is this thing like this game's Rathian? I feel like this is the Rathian of this game. Man, that thing likes to run a lot. It really doesn't like fighting us. Oh, he's almost dead. Man, these guys are doing some really good DPS. If you buy the Nova, which DDR5 to buy? I mean, I told you, like, what do you want? Do you want 48 gigabytes at 8,000, or do you want 96 gigabytes at 6,000? It's choose one. Just pick one of the ones that are on the QVL list. Sword and Shield also got to keep its counter from Rise too. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's really good actually. Oh man, see, I never played a lot of Rise, so I don't know exactly what Rise changed from World, besides the mount system, which I believe carried over. Man, this thing has a lot of, wow. It's like really, really, it's like really, really enraged. I'm gonna fall off. I gotta back up. I fell off, I ran out of stamina. That thing was really mad. You're not going to be running CL30 at 8,000. I'll tell you that. If you want a recommended 8000 kit, it's literally in the description of this video. Look for the recommended DDR5 kit in the description of this live stream. And you'll find it. It's gonna be like CL40. Alright, hold up, hold up. Let me make sure that I've got the bombs ready. Yeah, hold on people, don't do anything yet. Hold up. Wait for me. Here, I got some more. There, we got lots of bombs. Alright. Oh, this is so like World. Alright. Man, I want to go back and fight Behemoth Extreme on World. Just to dodge the Ecliptic Meteor. There. Oh, man. That was so good. Man, I kind of wanted to fight him using the insect glaive. I completely forgot about that. I wanted to soar through the sky. I'm gonna try Sword and Shield next. I want to see what they change. Charge Blade feels exactly the same, man. Like, this weapon doesn't feel like they did anything different. I mean, you still have, like, this, you know, you still got the charge thing, you still convert it into your, whatever those canister things are, I forgot what they're called. So it's like a lot of this, and then you have your, you know, that combo into that for amped element discharge, the follow-up, the full combo when it's at full charge. I forgot how to power up the shield and power up the sword, though. I completely forgot how to play Charge Blade. If you get a high-end motherboard, 8000 is going to be better, but you're not going to be able to run a lot of memory. If you have a lower-end motherboard, you can run 6000. And you can even do, like, a lot of RAM. You can do 4 sticks at 6000 if you really want, on single rank. Dual rank is going to be a little bit more challenging. That's going to require manual tuning to get that to actually work. And that's going to also be kind of motherboard dependent as well. Alright, I want to try Sword and Shield. And, well, I still want the Glaive. So we'll do Sword and Shield and Glaive. Alright, let's fight another radeon, because those are kind of long. Let's do this 3-minute one. Oh, that guy only allows one player. This one's already quite far into the fight. The main thing they did is if you use LT plus RB on the wound with files charged, you get amped axe mode, which makes it function like a chainsaw. Oh, for the Charge Blade. Yeah, I always found Charge Blade like really, really cool. But I never really got really good at using it. I feel like Charge Blade and Longsword are two of the hardest weapons to master. But that's just me. What are we doing? Why are we going so slow? What's going on here? It's like, why are we going so slow? Man, why is this thing acting very derpy? Like, go to the thing. Why are you going slow and why are you running around in the wrong direction? Yeah, I really like Charge Blade. Although Charge Blade just to me feels so weird to remember how to play. What? See? What? Okay, I guess the monster changed. Connection to the session has been lost. Okay. Fantastic. Wait, what? Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe the host game crashed or something. That might be the reason why that happened. Wait, hold on a second. I want to test something. I want to go back to Charge Blade. I want to try that out. Charge Blade, and we'll go with the Sword and Shield. Wait, return from quest? Oh, I got disconnected? No, wait, what happened? What exactly happened there? The monster left the session? Huh? You kind of need to know combos to do well with it, but they're simple. Yeah, they're simple. So, I played a lot of Sword and Shield when I used to play support for the Behemoth Extreme runs back in World. I helped people clear and farm Behemoth. If you guys remember the Final Fantasy crossover in World, Behemoth was one of the most famous fights, one of the most thrilling, fantastic fights, besides the Arch-Tempered Elder Dragon fights. Because those are probably the hardest fights in the game. But yeah, Behemoth Extreme with his iconic Ecliptic Meteor is so memorable. But I remember I used to play Lunastra armor set for Wide Range 5. And I was Sword and Shield, so I was basically the dedicated healer of the group. So that's how we would clear Behemoth Extreme. It was basically a heavy bowgun would tank. We had a heavy bowgun using cluster bomb techniques. So that was very cheesy because it's like we had a guy using insect glaive. It was either insect glaive or longsword for the like aerial dodgy style DPS that could weave in and out, so that the heavy bow gun could do its cluster bomb spam. And then I was the healer doing Sword and Shield, and then I forget who the fourth. I guess the fourth player was either like Hammer or Greatsword or something, or it was some kind of, no, it wasn't really those, because those were kind of a problem with cluster bomb. I forget what it was. Maybe it was Insect Glaive and Longsword. I forget. Or maybe Charge Blade was the other one. Somebody had a shield, and I know the heavy bowgun also could block. And the heavy bowgun was the tank. It was hilarious. The range heavy bowgun was the dedicated tank. So many memories. But you know, I have like over 1,000 hours in Monster Hunter World. So, let's pick one of these that just started. Remember to hold B during axe swings to get as much file bursts. It can do nutty damage and KO monsters like crazy. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to either watch a guide video on that, or I'll just have to, I don't know. I really want to learn Charge Blade, though. Charge Blade and Longsword. Although Longsword seems like there's a dedicated type of personality for people who play Longsword. But Longsword and Charge Blade are like the advanced, stylish weapons. Easy mode stylish is Sword and Shield and Dual Blades. Or maybe Dual Blades and Insect Glaive. Nosuri and Kogashi. Amped axe mode is surprisingly made for element. It does so much damage on element charge blades because of the multi-hit nature and how element damage works in these games. Yeah, I can imagine. Whoops. Alright, I remember this weapon had like a back thing. It was like a back attack, or like a back bladed attack. Yeah, this thing. And then it had a, so you got side slash, chop, chop, side slash, diagonal rising, chop. You just go into that over and over again. That's a simple combo that does quite a good amount of damage. Another long sword. Is stun not a thing in this game? Like, I noticed, like, the players, we never get stunned when we get knocked over a lot. Oh, that's shield attack. Perfect guard. Perfect guard in the tail. Advancing slash, guard. See, so the cool thing is you can use an item while in this mode. Or, like, you can use items while still having the weapon out. That's what's cool. So, I can use items. So, it's like if I have, for example, like the pitfall trap. I can put this down without sheathing the weapon. That is the cool thing about the sword and shield, and that's why it's one of the more, like, easier friendly, beginner friendly weapons. The simple combos like that, pretty easy. What's another, so it's got like round slash, charge chop. Charge chop is a simple combo that does decent damage. Shield bash. Also you can block, so it's very good at defending. This is like the best healer weapon. A lot of people are like, oh, hunting horn. No, not hunting horn. Hunting horn's like the advanced support class in this game. This is like the beginner support class. What happened? Oh, the Palico did something, like some kind of sonic move. Where'd he go? Oh, he's in the sand. He's in the sand getting away. No, not luring pod. Let's go with... No, not dunk pod either. Let's go with screamer. I don't think I meant to do that. I don't know if I did that or the monster accidentally did that. Where he got the flash off. Go get him while I tank. Yeah, that's called teamwork right there. That's teamwork. I thought there was like a jump up, like slam down move with this weapon. I forget how to do it. Shield bash, chop, focus, vital stab. Oh, what the? Wait, what? Focus, vital stab. What? Okay, that's cool. Is that new? I assume that uses focus mode, so that's like a new move? See if I can get a dismount attack. No, he's running away. Back plus B from guard or mid combo? Back from B. I like how a lot of the moves aren't initially, like, noticeable. Like, the advanced moves are kind of hidden. So you said, what, like, backstep? Wait, hold on, backstep B? Backstep. There's also the sliding swing. Back from B. Oh, what? Okay. How did I do that? Perfect rush was like a thing that I saw on the command list. B back. Wait, okay. Oh, advanced. Wait, hold on. B back? No. B back. Back. Oh, no. Back from B. Wait, how am I supposed to do this? Back step? You need to be in guard or attacking? Okay, if I'm guarding, now what? Guard slash? Whoa, what the? Guard slash sighting swipe. Guard slash sighting swipe. Oh, I see. Wait, I see like, no, I don't see it. Wait, back? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, this? Advancing slash? Was that it? Is it something like that? Perfect rush? Is it perfect rush? Oh, is it the one where it like stands back and looks cool? What? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Yeah, I've got to practice that. Release it at the right time to launch forward or press Y while trying to perfect rush. Okay, so perfect rush is the move, right? Chomp is like really easy for me to do. Which I'm still trying to figure out. So like, guard back. Oh, that's the whole combo. Okay, yeah, that is how you do it. Okay, yeah, I was like so far away from him though. But okay, that's how it works though. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, oh, man. See, all the weapons have like a advanced set of moves that are not, they're subtly hidden. Like they're not immediately visible to the player, and that's how you separate the people who spend more time with the game to understand the combat system versus the people who like are just beginners. That backstep has iframes. So wait, so I do what? Guard slash? Oh, okay. See, like, the thing is, it's not visible. See? I hold guard, I don't see the move in the top right of the screen. So it's like you have to input the backstep, even though you don't see it as a thing you can do on the screen. You can iframe through monster roars and stuff. Yeah. See, that is the technical, like, advanced stuff in the game. This game is very, very deep. Like, it's very deep in terms of the combat. It's just as deep as a fighting game. Like, that is how technical this game can be. It's so much fun to watch advanced level play, like Evo level play for Monster Hunter, because it's like what people come up with on like the 2v2 things, like the two players team up in arena to take down a monster as fast as possible. Man, it is crazy to see what they come up with, the strategies. But anyway, hold on, I want to practice that combo a little bit actually. Hold up, so I can do wait, what is it? Backstep? Advancing slash? Hold on, so from backstep, advancing slash. Wait, what is it? It's backstep. You said while holding B, press Y, leaping slash, perfect rush, perfect rush, perfect rush, perfect rush. Oh, I'm not supposed to do perfect rush the whole time though, right? I'm supposed to do something else. There's charge slash, rising slash. It's a different combo. Advanced jumping slash. Wow. Oh, there was a spinning one too. I saw like a spinning prompt. It was like B or something. Perfect rush. Perfect rush. Oh, that's like Y plus B. Huh. So you can keep doing like, you can keep doing this into like one of those other moves. Yeah, this is a good beginner weapon. This is probably the best beginner weapon. It has easy combos. It actually has some pretty good advanced combos that are not super hard to do. And then you can use items while the weapon is out. That's what makes this thing super good as a support role. Yeah, that's really good. Hold on, what's the, hold on, can I do the amped element thing without fighting monsters? Hold on, so how do I, let's see. So for this one, all I do is, what, this, that, and then, how do I build the, do I have to hit something to get the charge? Like, I guess I do, right? I'm not building up any charge. Can I hit the palico? How do I build up charge? See, like, nothing's building up charge. I guess you have to be in, like, a training environment to build up the charge. I can't figure out how I'm supposed to do it. Because this isn't building up any charge. And then this is not counting, this is not hitting anything. So you got your forward slash. So you got weak slash, return stroke, round slash, shield thrust. So you can just do that top combo over and over again. Shield thrust into amp element discharge, and then amp element discharge follow up. You can just keep staying in that mode. So hold on, what is the morph? Morph? So that has that generic one. Yeah, see, this weapon is so hard to learn how to use because, like, if you're not in a combat situation, you can't actually just, you can't really do any of the charge combos. Once you charge them, RT plus B, that's this. Yeah, that gets the files. Charge the shield by canceling an amped. Yeah, that I know how to do. I remember how to do that. But I don't understand, like you were saying, when it's in axe mode. So, like, let's say we go into axe mode. Hold on, how do I switch over again? I just... That's that. Oh, yeah, RT plus Y. So... if I'm in this mode, you were saying hold B while this has files? So basically, like, instead of just pressing B and letting go, I'm supposed to hold B when this is doing the thing? And then I know that's for amped element discharge. And then there's... What was the other one? It's like AED and then AADE? What was the acronym for the one that does the big blast of electricity in a straight line? Like, what is that called? AED? AAED? It's like when we were counting the Intel cores this morning. The P cores and the E cores. You know, like, how do you say it? PP, EEEE, PPPP, EEEEEEEEPP. What is the S? Is it super amped element discharge? Oh, super. Okay, yeah. Okay. Amped element discharge and super amped element discharge. So hold on. If I don't cancel it. Wait, how do I actually do this? What was that? Wait, what is this? Is this new? Charge? No, that's not what I wanted to do. What did I just do? The sword lit up. Or the shield lit up. What is that? Shield element boost? This is new. What? Oh man, this is so Paladin. This is straight up Paladin. This is the Paladin. It has a shield bash. It has a proper shield bash. It gives you a free shield charge. Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. Oh man, I really want to learn Charge Blade. It just looks like a Paladin. This plus the, what was that armor set in World? The not commission armor. It was the arena armor set. Looked so good. It looked like legit Paladin. I have a feeling the weapons in this game, in the full game, are gonna look so good. This armor set reminds me of Zora Magdaros. Just saying. It's just missing the helm of Sauron. Then it's completely Zora Magdaros. We are gonna have to do some Monster Hunter World live streams on this channel, like in January or something, or maybe even like next week. With the 9800 X3 or something. Like, I can't wait. I gotta go back to play Monster Hunter World, man. This is, like, so good. That is cool. Is that, like, the one new thing that it got? That's cool. All of them got something new. It still feels very much like the Charge Blade. And that's a good thing. That is not a bad thing. You can get files on some of those herbivores in the fields and try out the file stuff. I wish they had the ability to go back to the Oasis and, like, practice the moves. So I should go over here, right? The herbivores are, like, down there. Looks like a dust storm is coming. Oh, whoa, that's a big dust storm. Alright, hold on, let's see. So if I want to do this... It walks away from me. Okay, hold on. Well, I want to test this. Oh, it's a counter, so... Okay, it's not going to do anything on its own. Alright, that's how I got this stuff. I tried to counter, it didn't work. Oh, that got the shield up. I got the shield power up. How do I get the sword power up again? The sword's glowing, but that's not the stuff. I remember there was an animation that plays when I think you're supposed to press like, not this. I forgot what it was. Did this thing fall over? Wait, what? How did this thing die? I didn't even hit it. I'm confused. Hold Y while loading the files. Right trigger plus B loads files. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's coming back to me slowly. This is what happens. This is like, I'm like Gohan in the Buu Saga. I haven't trained in like 6 years. I don't remember how to play. Alright, so when I do this, yeah, okay, now we're talking, now we're doing the electricity. Yeah, now I remember how to become a Super Saiyan. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, this is what it's like. Yeah. Alright, well, that's basically all of them. What do these things drop? They drop meat? Oh, okay, I can grill stuff. It's funny, it's like this sort of game is the complete opposite of like one of those survival type games. Because it's like, you want to craft stuff, but your base is already there. You want to build a camp, okay, have the palicos do it for you. You just press YB. Wait, hold on, let's do it. Well, that didn't do the one. That's not the super one. The super one is the one that has that electricity that goes in a line, right? Oh, I saw the prompt for it. That's it. I don't know how to make. I didn't have any files. Oh, you gotta have files. Yeah. Oh man, this weapon's cool. I might actually end up mastering this before I master Longsword. Longsword's the other weapon that I have no idea how to play anymore. This one and Longsword, I just feel like if you stay away from the game long enough, you forget how to use these weapons. But it is starting to come back to me. Like, I don't have... Okay, hold on, I don't have the file. Yeah, I have no files. Man, the shield buff lasts very long. That's cool. And then if you're doing this, you hold Y, and then I don't have enough charge. Okay. Oh, wow, it still buffed it? How did I do that when I don't even have any charge? That's weird. Oh, I don't have any. Okay, yeah, the shield. So the shield has to be glowing. You basically have to have the sword and the shield glowing to be able to do the super amp element discharge. Then if you want it to do the lightning strike, you need to have files. And the more files you have, the more it releases the energy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that is really cool. Alright, let's try to do one more hunt, and I want to try using this weapon again. I'll do one more. We'll do probably Ray Dow, and then that's probably gonna be it for the stream. I've been streaming really long. Wow, this one was long, almost 4 hours. We'll keep the charge blade. I'm gonna swap this for the I like the bow. I'm just gonna go bow again. So I have a ranged weapon. Or is that too much to ask? What's too much to ask? Oh, do you know these things have an alpha that has big spikes on its back that act like a lightning rod? I didn't know that. Oh, I think I've seen it. It looks like a stegosaurus or something to me. Oh, this is one of those passcode ones? This is a solo. That one's almost over. That one's like halfway or almost over. Alright, I think, do I have to eat anything? I forgot to check. Well, what's my, health is at 100. I guess I need to go and warp to one of the... Hold on. Go here. Lots of people with longsword. Lots of longsword users are hunting radeon. The queen has joined. What is that? Like, isn't the kanji backwards? For that to mean queen? Shouldn't it be like Ojo, not like the other way around? Is that like a Chinese thing or is that a Japanese? It looks like Japanese. My kanji reading has gotten so bad. I see these names and I'm like, I kind of know what they're saying, but it's like I don't know how to pronounce it anymore, and I don't. And some of them are like, this is like a 5 kanji name. Oh, yes. Okay, now I actually know how to get the charge up. It is actually faster to get the charge on this than for like Insect Glaive having to waste all that time getting the, Oh no, what? I got interrupted. I only had one file though. What? I was that low on health? Wait, what? Oh man, that guy must have died like multiple times. Like what? One death and that's it? I was surprised. Wait, was my health really that low? I thought I had like 85% health. It's hard to tell with the overlay covering up the HP bar though. That's a feels bad, man. The guy with the longsword had been in that fight for over 15 minutes. And he probably carded twice because I was the third card. That's a feels bad. There's a lot of people playing with their friends right now. Because this is the last day. Because there's a lot of, like, private sessions. Well, I guess we'll just do this one. If you see a wound, go for LT. LT plus RB. Focus mode thing to try out the amped axe mode. Oh, it's a focus mode thing. Okay. Back to World. Back to World was 5 months ago? Wait, really? Are you talking about like Rurikon or something? Is that like a Rurikon thing? Hashtag back to world. That sounds like something like Rurikon would do. Oh, Rory. Good old Rurikon. He's basically like the face of Monster Hunter World in the Western world. Because I know this franchise is really popular in Asia. I mean, especially Japan. Oh, it was a campaign. Okay, see. Well, I know that he was in that. Because I remember I would keep getting YouTube recommendations of Rurikon, like, playing Monster Hunter World. So that made me think of him. Man, he's cranking out a ton of Wilds content. The man is a beast when it comes to, like, Monster Hunter World content. He played the he did like 100+ hours on the PS5, and he's probably done at least the exact same amount of hours on the PC. Someone shared a 7800 X3D versus 9800 X3D video. Well, the reviewers already have the chip. They've had the chip for like 2 weeks now, or maybe like a week and a half at least. Oops, not that. So you said, okay, hold on. I need to build up the charge first, right? Wait, that's counter. And you said, what was it? Oh, I need to be in axe mode? Wait, why am I not doing the thing right? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I got the shield up. Oh, I need to get the sword up. Okay. So I need to put it in axe mode. Should I just go to axe mode with this? And then go like this? Wait, hold on. Focus mode, and then you're like fade. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it doing the electric hits. Interesting. You could be in any mode. It doesn't really matter. So if I'm in this mode, oh, I can still do forward slash. I can do jumping, rising. Oh, wow. I'm getting interrupted by Demon Blade. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. What the? There we go. Okay, I wanted to see that once. I wanted to at least do the super amped element discharge once. Oh, I don't have the vials up. That's the thing about this weapon that makes this a very technical weapon. It requires a lot of like managing the timing on your like vials and stuff. Hold on, I need to do this. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay, that's, yeah. RB while holding LT. He roars at me right as I do the dismount attack. So you said... Oh! Okay, wait, what? That isn't even in the menu! It's like a hidden move! Do you see? That isn't even in the menu! What?! Wait, what?! What was that?! Bloodborne style?! He didn't like that at all! He almost killed me! Oh boy. Now hold B while using axe attacks? Wait, what? Wait, okay, how do I keep forgetting, how do you get the shield powered up again? Do you hold it? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, you can do the counter? The shield counter does that too? Man, this weapon's moving into my top 5 weapon list. It's moving up there pretty quick. Did I get disconnected from the session? The guy who was hunting this, I guess, gave up or something? That's just me. Oh, well. Is it open for... Here. Open it up for other people. I don't know what happened to the session. I don't think I got disconnected. Riding attack. Somebody played Elden Ring. Somebody played Elden Ring and they wanted to put that stuff in the game. I want to try something here. Let's try the sneak attack. How does this work? What? Okay. That's what the sneak attack does. And then the Rosso like shows up to get his car. He didn't even do anything. He's like, "Hey, okay." Man, this weapon is so cool. So wait, I can go into this mode? So yeah, like this. How do you do that? Oh, you said RB. How do I do the axe thing again? In focus mode, with its spinning axe? That was cool. I have to admit, that was cool. I want to learn how to do that again. Does not work without. Wait, you can't do the spinning axe, the chainsaw thing? How did people figure that out? Especially since it doesn't show up in the menu. I mean, the RB while in focus mode with the charge didn't show up at all. With the likes of the 5090, CPU bottlenecks more apparent in games like Monster Hunter. Yeah, it is. Anyway, yeah, this is good. I might play a little bit more of this tomorrow, but I think this is probably a good stopping point. Man, I gotta keep playing more Charge Blade. I am totally going back to play some Monster Hunter World now. This has reignited my interest in playing that game. The game that killed Monster Hunter World for me and made me switch away from it was, believe it or not, it was Genshin Impact back in 2020. Genshin Impact made me leave Monster Hunter and go to, like, Genshin Impact. So that took me away from Monster Hunter, but now I feel like I want to go back. Yeah, oh wow, but I won't have access to the new moves. But anyway, it is a good idea to play some Monster Hunter World again, especially right now because the Fall Festival is taking place. So there is that. I mean, how many people are actually playing that game right now? Monster Hunter, where's Monster Hunter World? Monster Hunter World Community Hub. There are currently 37,807 people playing Monster Hunter World. There are 92,901 people playing Monster Hunter Wild's beta test. So it's certainly a lot of people have gotten their playtime in with the beta, because there was like over 400,000 people, 500,000 people, I think, at peak on the first night of this going live on PC. But yeah, I think this is a good stopping point for me. Yeah, this is so much fun, man. Like, learning the ins and outs, and also just being pleasantly surprised by all the new things that they did for the weapons. It's just really good. Like, this is gonna be such a good game to play. I'm gonna easily sink like 500 hours or more into this game next year. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for this stream. We did literally 4 hours. Plus the other like 3 hours averaged across the other 2 live streams earlier today. So I literally streamed this game for almost 8 hours today. Besides Resident Evil, this is Capcom's cash cow. Yeah, it is. Yeah, alright guys, so that's gonna be it. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming this again tomorrow, but the game runs really good on recent hardware. X3D, it runs amazingly well. Even without X3D, if you're on a modern CPU like Zen 4 or Zen 5, or even the more modern Intel CPUs, it does totally fine. So as long as your computer is not a pandemic PC from like 4 years ago, it's pretty much good to go. But alright guys, I already tested Core Ultra. That was this morning. You missed it. We tested the Core Ultra. We tested the 7950 X3D. So check out the channel if you want to see how the game ran on that system. So alright guys, that's going to be it for this stream. Monster Hunter is actually Capcom's leading franchise. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that. I know. It's good, man. It's good. It's good for a reason. Let's put it that way. This is definitely a contender for Game of the Year 2025. I'm pretty much convinced that this is my personal Game of the Year 2025. Like, regardless of what happens with, like, GTA 6 next year, this is my personal favorite. I'll take this over GTA any day of the week. But that's going to be it for Monster Hunter Wilds. We may do another live stream tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. But otherwise, that'll be it, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Tech Thursdays. We'll be back with the 9800X3D coverage, as well as the PlayStation 5 Pro. Until then, take care, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Take care.